You know what time it is. Little black book. Sometimes love comes in the most unexpected places. I didn't even see it coming till I looked again.
Late night, I'm in my bed again, thinking of your smile like medicine. It warms me, then it hurts me too, cause I can't be where you are, can't get close to you. When I think of you, my chest get loud. Joy so big, I can't say it out. So I sit with it, let it rise, like a wave that fills my eyes. Should a man feel love like this? Now I get why love don't miss. God gave us something for us, you'll understand why I give it up. I don't know how you did it so quiet. But something sleeping in me came alive. Friends was never on the table, cause loving you felt like the impossible kind. Love at first sight, on the second glance. Didn't see it coming, didn't stand a chance. Love at first sight, on the second glance. Now you're in my system, now you're in my plans. I looked again and I felt everything. One more look and you change everything. Love at first sight, on the second glance. Yeah, it was love at first sight, on the second glance. Thought I was invincible, I won't lie. Thought I could play forever just to love right by. Then you walked in and my whole world crashed. Now I'm stuck in the moment that didn't pass. The way you stood, so innocent, loving, caring, heaven sent. And my head said wait, but my body said go. No breaks, dance floor, then it got real still. Silence round us like a bubble thrill. That dark blue dress and the way you moved had me feeling exposed in the middle of the room. Two sets of eyes cut straight through my pride. I thought I was the man, then I felt like a child. Now I replay it over and over, like 1 second made my life turn over. Your love snuck up on me, no one inside. Like it was waiting in the dark, then it opened my eyes. And friends was never a possibility, no. Cause loving you, yeah, got a hold of me. Love at first sight, on the second glance. Didn't see it coming, didn't stand a chance. Love at first sight, on the second glance. Now you're in my system, now you're in my plans. I looked again and I felt everything. One more look and you change everything. Love at first sight, on the second glance. Yeah, it was love at first sight, on the second glance. Loving you broke me, then it healed me, shield me, build me. I thought I drove my life, but I lost the wheel lately. So what do I do when love is true? If I can't have you close while you live in my room, tell me you feel it too. Don't keep me guessing, cause I give myself just to keep you protected. Love at first sight, on the second glance. Didn't see it coming, didn't stand a chance. Love at first sight, on the second glance. Now you're in my system, now you're in my plans. I looked again and I felt everything. One more look and you change everything. Love at first sight, on the second glance. Yeah, it was love at first sight, on the second glance. On the second glance, yeah. Didn't stand a chance, no. Now you're in my plan, you're in my plan. I look again, yeah. I look again. Love at first sight.
Yeah.
Little black book, yeah. You know what time it is. Yeah. You know what time it is. This feels way too similar. Contempt is trying to kill you. The dating game is messed up. No accountability, nobody wanna fess up. I'm in it deep, but I don't know if he loves me. He's just here for the company. I spent my last time trying to see it through. Pockets empty, still don't know if you'll come through. We're real familiar, I've seen this play before. Leaving my heart and my wallet at the door. Is it real or just a cycle on repeat? Walking on eggshells on these city streets. This feels way too similar. Contempt is trying to kill you. The dating game is messed up. No accountability, nobody wanna fess up. I'm in it deep, but I don't know if he loves me. Or if he's just here for the company. Why we always gotta mess up, searching for the truth in a little black book, but I'm scared to give it one more look. Too similar. Too similar. You know what time it is. Little black book, movie soundtrack. Little black book, yeah. You know what time it is. Yeah. You know what time it is. This feels way too similar. Contempt is trying to kill you. The dating game is messed up. No accountability, nobody wanna fess up. I'm in it deep, but I don't know if he loves me, or if he's just here for the company. I spent my last time trying to see it through. Pockets empty, still don't know if you'll come through. We're real familiar, I've seen this play before. Leaving my heart and my wallet at the door. Is it real or just a cycle on repeat? Walking on eggshells on these city streets. This feels way too similar. Contempt is trying to kill you. The dating game is messed up. No accountability, nobody wanna fess up. I'm in it deep, but I don't know if he loves me, or if he's just here for the company. Don't wanna fess up. Why we always gotta mess up, searching for the truth in a little black book, but I'm scared to give it one more look. Too similar. Time it is. You know what time it is. Little black book, movie soundtrack. Little black book, yeah. You know what time it is.
It was.
Well, then there we go.
Oh, y'all just.
Okay, well, that works. That works.
I love the question, and I want, since we have Donna at the table, do to Michael.
So, Donna, what was the thing you did that messed the relationship or caused it to be over?
The way I spoke to him, communicate my disdain for him and his actions. He said it tore him down. It tore him down. And
hey guys, welcome to Little Black But 91. Sorry, I had a little bit of a connection issue there. I don't know what was going on in that particular situation. But hey, I am back with another one of those lives talking about Ready to Love. And I'm gonna be honest with you, listen, it was an interesting episode, right? We had beef between Dominique and Lauren. We had a situation where Vince's brother called out Lauren when it came to Donna. We had Donna obviously having a situation with with Vince and talking about relationships when we just know that they're not on the same timeline. We had Ashanti. I think Ashanti was shining. I can't lie to you. It's just that I don't think she has any connections really and truly within that particular space. I mean, listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. This ain't the worst season. We ain't got nothing going on. Let's just be real. We ain't got nothing going on. That these couples ain't gonna last till they get together. There is nothing going, and I'm not mad at it because it's not the worst season. Like, this is not like the worst season we've ever had in entire life in terms of like people. They're actually a really cool group of people, but there ain't no connection going on. If we're really honest, there ain't nothing going on, bro. Yeah, there ain't nothing going on right now. You know what I mean? So for me personally, I'm like, So yeah. It's interesting. That's all I can say. It's all interesting. That's all I can say. Do you know what I mean? All right, listen, but let's get into this. Let's break down some stuff on this particular episode because like I said, I think this part of the episode was interesting to see Vince and Donna kind of conversation go on as well. But let me know in the comment section, like, what was your favorite part of this show? For you guys who watched it this episode, what was your favorite part of the show? What part of the episode gave you life, gave you energy? Because we got to talk about Darius' situation too. I ain't gonna lie to you because that was some wild stuff that happened with Darius. I ain't gonna hold you, like, with the conversation with Ashley. I said, sir, we are in a dangerous position. You get what I'm saying to you? So let's just quickly run through one or two things as well in that space. Before we do, make sure you guys are liking, you're sharing, you're subscribing, you're clicking on that wonderful bell button for the notifications of the uploads as well. Let's get into this.
So I started to back myself all the way into where it may have begun, and the answer was my father. And so what I did was forging a relationship.
Taking accountability without anybody like making you do it. I think that's cool.
Excuse me.
And getting the relationship with your father, right? I think that's like excellent.
Now, let's be honest, okay? I want to be honest with you. Oh boy, I mean, Donna's answer was better than Lauren's. I ain't gonna lie to you. But I mean, Lauren was trying to be accountable. I think she's kind of like, she still was trying to put it on the guy. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, she tried to say, obviously, she grew that boy up. She made him into a man, and then he flipped on her. And she doesn't recognize that there's still accountability you got to take, Lauren. Because the reason why you chose a boy is because you like control. And that's a lot of people in dating. They don't realize the dynamics. I was sitting on a panel today for the last 3 or 4 hours, and I was just trying to tell people, like, a lot of times you got to take accountability for the choices that you're making in a dating realm and the way that you show up in a dating space. You can blame everybody else. You know what I mean? You can blame everybody else, but that's the situation. You've got to be accountable for the choices you made. So I appreciate what Donna had said. You know, she not only did she take accountability, but she then said, I'd done something about it as well. You know what I mean? Like, she done something about it. She went and sought help to make sure that she did her thing, heal, make sure she's in a better space. You know, and I think for her, I appreciate that. You know what I mean? I think as a man, when we hear that accountability of the way she took it,
cause it to be over.
You know,
the way I spoke to him, communicating my disdain for him and his actions, he said it tore him down. It tore him down. And so I started to back myself all the way into where it may have begun, and the answer was my father.
Now, if you listen very carefully to what she said, she didn't have to say anything about what the man did. Now, we can probably guess that man probably might not have been the best man either, right? But we don't need to think about it because she immediately brought it to herself and just said, listen, hey, this is where I went wrong. I know that I spoke to him incorrectly. I spoke badly about him, and that's what went wrong. That's what we need from people when they're being accountable. Like, you know what I'm saying to you? Like, without blaming another party, it's just being able to say, like, this is what I contributed to a situation. You know? I contributed towards the same situation. And we didn't hear nothing about what she thought the man did. She only spoke about what she did. You know what I mean? And that's exactly how I tell you guys all the time to behave. It's like, if I'm telling you a story, I'm not going to tell you about what I did. I'm just going to tell you straight. This is I'm not going to tell you what a person did. I'm going to tell you what I did. This is what I did wrong. And I think that helps men specifically really be endeared towards you. Like, men love this, man. When we hear that, we're hearing somebody grown, we're hearing someone actually healing, we're hearing somebody who's looking at things differently, you know, in that space. And we can hear
something. Your contribution to them ending.
My first relationship, I didn't require much. And then as I grew into a grown woman, I'm like, I need more. Yes, sir.
I don't want to interview answer.
I didn't even get to the part yet.
Now, I want to say this first and foremost. I don't know why he cut her off. I don't know why. I have no clue. I don't know if Vince put him up to it, but that was stupid. She hadn't even started yet, right? She hadn't even started the answer. So that was stupid. I don't know why he did that. I don't know if they cut part of it out, but she hadn't even started.
Saying something. Your contribution to them ending.
My first relationship, I didn't require much. And then as I grew into a grown woman, I'm like, I need more. Yes, sir.
I don't want to interview answer.
I didn't even get to the part yet. If you could be patient.
You setting it up for the interview.
I'm setting it up. So he was a young man that I kind of helped grow. And when he finally got to be, now I'm not a little boy anymore. I need you to look at me in this way now. It was very hard for me to be supportive of him. It was hard for me to kind of look at him in the way that I feel like a woman needs to look at a man in order for the relationship to thrive. So we had to split.
I mean,
do you hear what she said? That was not the same thing. It wasn't even close. If you compare her answer to Donna's, they're not even close. Some people try to say they said the same thing. They didn't say the same thing. And that's why I said about some people are not accountable. If you can't recognize that both of them were two different answers. They were not even close. When Lauren explained her situation, she actually explains how the man caused her to react the way she did. So by him now no longer being a boy, wanted to be a man, right? He wanted her respect. Now she flipped. She made it reactive rather than talking about whatever behavior she actually did. Do we know why Donna did what Donna did? Do we know? It's not nitpicking. This is what men are looking at when we're looking at, and I will encourage any man specifically to look at any woman that gives you an answer that is like Lauren's. It's not an accountable one. Donna's was accountable. And I'll say that any lady too, if you're looking at any man answering a question, the moment he starts saying, but my baby mother or the girl that I was with, she did this or I did. The moment they do that, they're not being accountable for the things that they did. They're trying to spin a narrative to make the other person a villain rather than saying what they actually did. That's how I know that people are not being accountable. We don't need to know what they did. We're not even there yet. The question is, what did you do to contribute towards that situation going the way it did? We don't know what they did. You know what I'm saying to you? We don't need to. That's why the answer from Donna and Lauren are two different answers. You have no clue. Can anybody put in the chat, what did Donna's man do? No. Wait. I want someone in the chat to answer this question. This will show you. What did the man that Donna dated, what did they do? If someone could put in the chat, someone tell me what Donna said that man did, that she behaved the way she did. Don't get it twisted. I'm not saying in any vacancy that in any aspect of that he may not have done something. He may have said something. He may not have respected himself. He may have had poor boundaries. He may have any of those things. But what did Donna say that man did that made her react the way she did? And then you'll see what I mean by accountability. And pay attention to this because both men and women do this. A man should give the answer that Donna gave, and a woman should give the answer that Donna gave. If a man gives you Lauren's answer, you don't want it. They're not accountable. They'll do it again. They'll do it again. Any man, or this is not just women or men. It's not women or men. This is actually across the board. What Donna did was, it doesn't matter what he did. I know what I did that contributed towards that. Lauren's answer was, hold on a minute, but I did it because of someone else. Maybe no. Then you're not being accountable. You're trying to say that I was reactive. That's why I did what I did. Well, you're going to be reactive again. You know what I'm saying to you? You're going to be reactive again. And I wouldn't disagree. If you think Donna's being a pick-me, I wouldn't disagree. but it still wouldn't change the point of the matter, which is her answer was the best answer. Because she went straight to the point and just said, this is what I did. You know what I mean? That's why. So again, I wouldn't disagree that it could be a pick me answer. She might have been auditioning. She might have been performing. I'm not going to lie and tell you that's what it is. You know, that's all it is. So I wouldn't disagree. I wouldn't disagree with that again. If you want me to play again, I'll play it again so you can actually understand what happened to it in this sense. Okay, I want you to listen to the description that was given, and you can hear what I'm saying.
Yes, sir.
I don't want to interview answer.
I didn't even get to the part yet. If you could be patient.
You're setting it up for the interview.
I'm setting it up. So he was a young man that I kind of helped grow. And when he finally got to be, now I'm not a little boy anymore. I need you to look at me in this way now. It was very hard for me to be supportive of him. It was hard for me to kind of look at him in the way that I feel like a woman needs to look at a man in order for the relationship to thrive. So we had to split.
I mean, I'm not going to tell you how you treat them, but it sounds disrespectful.
It was.
Well, then there we go.
Oh, y'all just.
Okay, well, that works. That works.
I love the question, and I want, since we have Donna at the table, do to Michael.
So, Donna, what was the thing you did that messed the relationship or caused it to be over?
The way I spoke to him, communicating my disdain for him and his actions. He said it tore him down. It tore him down. And so I started to back myself all the way into where it may have begun. And the answer was my father. And so what I did was forging a relationship.
Taking accountability without anybody making you do it. I think that's cool.
Excuse me.
And getting the relationship with your father, right? I think that's excellent.
Well,
there we go. Two distinct answers which are not even close to being the same. They're not even close to being the same. If you think those are two the same answers, I'm looking at you a bit like you don't do accountability well. They're both not the same answer. They're not the same answer. If I say that I slapped you and I include the fact is that because you slapped me, that's why I slapped you. I'm saying that I'm reactive. This is why I'm saying about accountability. It's very important to listen. Those who have ears to hear, you'll hear it. This is how you catch people out who are actually accountable. If I say to you, I slapped her, but she slapped me first, so I slapped her. Rather than just saying, I slapped her and I shouldn't have slapped her in the general. They're not the same. They're not the same answer. They're really not the same answer. Because what ends up happening is if I mention the first one's going to tell you I had justified reason for behaving the way I did, rather than being accountable for the fact is that it doesn't matter why they did what they did. I shouldn't have done what I shouldn't have done. Simple as. I don't need to show another story to make you feel justified as to what I did. No. It's like someone saying, well, they cheated first, so I cheated back. And I'm here to tell you, if someone tells you, oh, I cheated, so I cheated back, I'm here to tell you, they're still a cheater. They're still a cheater. They're not deeping it. They think that they've got a plausible justification for doing what they did. This is not it. I'm being deadly serious. This is me being deadly serious. I've called out Darius for a lack of accountability, and I'm sure you're gonna all agree when I call out Darius, because it's easy to call out people like Darius. It's easy. No one's gonna disagree with me when I call out Darius for being a lack of accountability. But in this situation, if I say I slapped somebody or I cheated, you don't get to then say, well, because they cheated first and I cheated. That's not you being accountable. That's not you being accountable. You know what I'm saying to you? That's not you being accountable. And I know some people disagree. I know you will. I totally understand it. It's not for everybody to understand. Those who understand when they're being accountable, this is what you have to pay attention to. That's what you have to do. Because when you start telling a story oh, they did what they did, that's why I reacted. That's why he called her out for not being accountable. You know what I mean? That's why he called her out for not being accountable. You know what I'm saying to you? So you know what I mean? I got why he said it. It makes sense. You know what I'm saying to you? It makes sense. At the end of the day, when people are not accountable, you got to hold them to it, let them know what it is. You get me? So I was very much pleased. I said, listen, it's good that you're doing that. Now, can we talk about Ashanti? Because let me just say this. You know what? Ashanti is a slow burner. as she says herself, I don't agree. I don't ever believe anyone who's a slow burner. I just believe that you're guarded and you don't know how to be vulnerable. You're not really a slow burner, and you probably haven't found the right kind of person. But what I will say is, in this particular situation, is that Ashanti showed herself as one of the best on the show. I wish that she was more open. You know what I'm saying to you? I wish she was more open because I feel like we can get so much more from Ashanti. You know what I'm saying to you? You know, in this particular aspect. And I just feel like if she's more open, we can definitely enjoy more of Ashanti and get more of her because she's got so much to give. A very deep intellectual woman, beautiful, has some depth to her as well. And she just seems like a laugh, like you could be cool with her and there's a vibe. Do you get what I'm saying to you? So I'm like, I wanted to see more of her in this instance, but of course, I don't know if any of the guys that she actually really likes, and of course, I don't think any of the guys really like her.
So, question: what makes you think you are a suitable match for my brother?
We read a lot of the same literature. In order for two people to work out, you have to have the same core moral values.
Yeah.
What the text that we read is giving, we probably will agree on a lot of things as far as how the household should be run, business and ambition. So,
the only thing is that, like she just said, they're not going to agree on how the household's going to be run. So it's incompatible already. It's incompatible. Because they see things differently. You know what I mean? They see things differently. And so in that space, for me personally, yeah. In that space, I don't... I know it's not going to work anywhere. But I know that I feel like they're intellectual equals. I feel like she challenges him intellectually, and I think he respects that about her. I just don't see the attraction aspect. Oh, did they say they do agree? I thought they said they don't agree on the household things. I thought they said don't agree. Let me rewind it. Maybe I misheard what she said. I thought they said they don't agree.
So, question: what makes you think you are a suitable match for my brother?
we read a lot of the same literature. In order for two people to work out, you have to have the same core moral values.
Yeah.
What the text that we read is giving, we probably will agree on a lot of things as far as how the house.
It says here will, but I heard won't. Am I mishearing it, guys? Am I mishearing it?
We read a lot of the same literature. In order for two people to work out, you have to have the same core moral values.
Yeah.
What the text that we read is giving, we probably will agree on a lot of things as far as how the household.
I don't know. It says will, but I thought I was hearing won't, but it could be will. It could be will. In that space, I thought I'm hearing won't. I'm hearing won't, but the text says will, but I'm hearing won't. In that space, you know, as well. So I don't know. Did she say will? You guys think she said will? She said will. Okay. We will. Okay. You know what I mean? Okay. Well, some people are saying won't. So I don't know. So that's what I said. I didn't hear that. I had won't, but cool.
So we run business and ambition. So how do you feel about his new baby, your niece?
They are in Miami and we're here, so
Right.
that makes it hard.
So over the past 5 months, I've gone 3 times, but he hasn't met my daughter yet.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll go.
I think this kid situation is a bit tricky. I can't even lie to you. The kid situation is a bit tricky. I won't lie to you. It's a bit some type of way in that space, because I feel like you know, that is in itself is a little bit of a hiccup, you know, and another added road bump in the middle of the road. So I don't know. I feel like in that particular space that this is something that, although he's downplaying it, I think it's a much bigger issue, right? But then I say that, then oftentimes in these situations, women might take on more of the load physically and frequently, right? So the child might be with the mum more often with the mum, so that might not impact his life. You know what I'm saying to you? So that is something to take into consideration, that a woman will take on majority of the rearing from a young age. So then he will have more time to be devote to his partner in that sense as well. So I hear it. I get it. I hear it. You know what I mean? Like, I just think it's a bit of a tricky situation. Okay, so this this situation here with Lauren and Dominique was also interesting.
In the future, absolutely. As she says, we go together. And I think...
what does that mean, we go together?
Bello's already met my mama and my dad. He talked to them on the phone. Okay. My dad loves him.
With Lauren, I feel there's a connection. It's just been fleeting because of the up and down.
I sometimes feel like he made some solid decisions way too early in the game without going through the process fully and experiencing everything.
Elaborate.
I felt like Lauren got pushed on this day. I can't lie to you. Because I can't see it, bro. Because all I keep hearing in my head is have shame and have class. Have shame and have class. That's all I keep hearing in my head. Have shame and have class. Because what's going on? What do you mean? What do you mean you're coming to a date and it don't look like my man wants you, bro? You know what I'm saying to you? I feel like production pushed that date. Can't lie to you. I feel like production told her, go in there, ruffle some feathers, have a date. But if Lauren wanted to be there, I'm sorry, darling. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. So I don't know. Maybe they put on a blind date, didn't tell her who she's going to end up. You know, sometimes they tell you to go somewhere and they don't tell you who you're going to be on a date with. Maybe that was what it was. You know, as well. So it might be one of those ones where they say you're on a date with somebody, but they're not going to tell you who. So you're surprised when you get there. That might be one of those moments. I'm just trying to give her some excuses because at the point in the moment, I don't know why the hell she there. Okay. I don't know why. You know, I think this is interesting in that situation. Okay. And again, like I said, Lauren's a very beautiful girl, bro.
Why?
Why do
I have to? I'm just explaining. I feel like a side chick.
It is what it is. If a person interested, they gonna show you they interested. Ain't no confusion over here.
Hello, can I just ask you a question just to clarify?
Mm-hmm.
Are you still open to growing our connection, yes or no?
That's why you're here.
Okay, so you just don't be giving the straight answer. This is what
I felt for her. You know what I mean? I felt for her in that moment. I'm going to be real with you. I felt for her in that moment. And it was a very painful situation. Jay Marquez said, if Bello can abandon a kid in Miami, he can easily abandon one in Detroit. It should have been a huge red flag to the ladies. I hear it. Yeah, no, Jay, I hear it. Respect, I hear it, bro. I hear it. Real spit, I hear it, family. And thank you for the super chat as well. We appreciate you for the super chat. And you know what? Because you're giving us super chat, I gotta play my little video because of the super chat, guys. And I appreciate you.
Now I want to thank y'all for the super chats. You didn't have to, but you did. And the Lord, he gonna bless you, pressed down and running over.
We appreciate the super chats. Listen, keep them coming and keep them coming. I will read out your super chats when you send them in. And please, I want to play that clip more often today. So if you do have a super chat, send it in so I can play more of those AI clips that I've developed. Because I know some of y'all hate the AI, but I love the AI. Okay? All right? We're going AI together. All right? Read Joshua in the Bible, Joshua 7, 8, and 9. You're going to see AI there too. Okay? All right. So, yeah, in that situation, with Lauren, Bello, and Dominique, again, I felt bad for Lauren because I was just like, look at the situation. I was like, wait, you out here in these sticks of conversation and my man couldn't even give you a straight answer. I felt for her. I felt for her because when you look at it, yeah, Bello kind of buoyed it. You know what I mean? He kind of painfully rejected her. Meanwhile, he knew he wasn't really feeling her. Okay? All right. Meanwhile, he knew he wasn't really feeling her. So for me personally, I'm just like, I wish in this. Oh, sorry. For me personally, it's more like it's a case of like, Lauren, you didn't need to be here, but at the same time, Bello could have given you a better answer. If he knows he's not feeling you, he should let you know from early. Why is he telling you to almost fight earlier on when he knows he's wanting to fight? Now he's stunting in front of Dominique, the same way Dominique was stunting in front of Bello with Devon. Like Dominique and Bello have used people as pawns, but I get it. It's a game, right? I get it. I'm not mad at them. It is a game, but they each used their pawns in the game. You know what I mean? Dom did the same thing to Devon, and now Bello doing the exact same thing to Lauren, just showing, giving these people the boot, man. I was like, yo. political games right now, man. Political games in this situation as well. In that situation, I was just like, girl,
I need to see right now. It's a very clear question, but the fact that it can't be answered is very disappointing.
I'm trying to get up out of here, y'all guys.
I so feel you.
Girl, I walked away frustrated. It was a lot of back and forth between her and I, but one thing somebody not about to do is play in my face. That's what she was doing with Bella. And I wasn't going to allow it on my time.
Oh. Okay, so I don't understand why Dominique is angry at Lauren and Lauren playing games and not angry with Bello. Like, it don't make sense. Like, Dominique's anger towards towards Lauren doesn't make sense. Lauren didn't do anything. You know? Lauren, in this situation, yes, Lauren turned up, but Lauren didn't do anything per se. Like, she's not the enemy here. You know what I'm saying to you? This is all about Bello not being clear and being succinct, and he should have made it clear. And now he's kind of made it clear, but not made it clear. And so now in this situation, I don't get it. Why you vexed at Lauren for? You know what I mean? Now you got Lauren and Bello. Look at the hug Bello's giving her, bro. Okay. And I again, this is what happens with people who are also, someone said insecure. You can go to that. I would say, you know, when you're not comfortable with conflict, this is how it looks. And when I say that, what I mean by that is, I'm sure Dominique can argue or fight. But when you're not comfortable with conflict, meaning when you're not comfortable, let me say this, when you're not comfortable with stating your actual needs and your actual wants, this is what happens. The inability to really be able to state what you want, because saying what you want can cause controversy, it can cause a distancing, it can cause separation, it can cause you know, for there to be abandonment, if some sense, or rejection. When you say what you really, really want, this can cause the other person to say, I don't want to give you what you want. Okay? And I think that is really, really important, because in this scenario, if she says what she really, really wants, and that's why I was like, I didn't like the fact she downplayed almost not being married as well earlier on. I was like, babe, you don't want to get married, almost in a sense. I was like, no, I think you're downplaying your needs. And it's because Dominique plays with her body, not like she's opening her legs or anything, but she plays with sensuality and seduction. And so her anger should be at Bello, but she doesn't want to get angry at Bello because she's angry at the other woman for cutting off her seduction. But the reality is, it's because you're not used to actually addressing the person who's actually the problem, which is Bello. Bello's the problem. Bello didn't make it clear. So your frustration should be with Bello. But if your frustration is with Bello, what could happen is if you get frustrated with Bello over this scenario, you can lose Bello. He might not like that level of behavior. He might not like that level of jealousy. He might not like that level of, you know, you saying you deserve more respect or whatever, or more clarity. So because of a fear of abandonment or fear of losing that man, you choose the woman instead. You know what I mean? And listen, I'm not even defending Lauren because I don't know why Lauren's there. Lauren could be the problem. Listen, I'm not even against that. Lauren can definitely be the problem. You know what I'm saying to you? She could definitely be the problem. And I'm not even going to be fighting on that. I'm just saying that Bello still has a job to do and he still should make it clear. Because even his answer here, I'm looking at Dominique. I'm like, Dominique, that wasn't clear. That wasn't clear. So you should hold Bello accountable. Do you get what I'm saying to you? You should hold him accountable in that particular space. So I'm a little bit confused by that. You get me? A little bit confused by that. I'm not sure what's going on there. So, well, anyway, let me Let me continue on anyway what they're saying. Oh, I got another super chat as well. Thank you very much for the super chat. Linda Violet said, "Hey Kojo, do you see any similarities with them and Joy, Clifton, and Dakia?" Well, let me play my clip first before I answer your thing, because there is a, you know, there might be a
Thank
little
you for the
something.
super chats. The Lord is using you mightily. Amen. Yes, sir. Hallelujah.
You gotta give grace and glory to the Lord when you get a super chat. Is there similarities between them, Joy, Clifton, and Dakia? I guess I can see what you mean, the energy wise, and that it looks like Bella would definitely want to have a bit more time with Lauren. I think, you know, if you were to look at it similarly, yes, it would be like Dom and Bello is Joy and Clifton, and then obviously Dakia would be Lauren. But I think in this scenario, whilst I think the Lauren comparison to Dakia makes more sense, I don't see Joy and Clifton in Bello and Dominique. I do see there is some chill vibes, there is some camaraderie, there is some love and affection, there's some appreciation, but I don't see there being a real deeper connection. You know what I'm saying to you? I don't see it beyond her seducing him feeling like, you know what, seduction is like a freedom from the normal getaway of days. I don't really see anything else. I don't really see it. You know what I'm saying to you? That's not to say that they couldn't have great fire sex. And by the way, you should have sex when you're married, not when before. But I'm not. It's given would have fire sex. It's given let me blow you back out. It's given let me blow you back out for a season. We'll be boyfriend and girlfriend for a while, but it's not a long-term thing. We call that short-term boyfriend. You know the ones there, holiday boyfriend, vacation boyfriend. You know them short stints where you don't want to raise your body count carelessly. At the same time, but you want to have fun without it looking like you're out here. You know what I'm saying to you? So it's like having that seasonal boyfriend that's it's committed, but it's committed for a season. You know? So I'm not really seeing it like that. You feel what I'm saying? But again, thank you very much, Linda Violet, for that as well. Okay, I appreciate the super chats. Always a pleasure. By all means as well, guys, by all means feel free to send your super chats in. I want to be able to use my AI clips as much as possible. I ain't gonna hold you. I want to be able to use it as much as possible. Okay.
True, like that's kind of how it like.
Lauren was doing more than breathing air today. Well, she was good.
She was like, you know, like calm, and she was kind of just saying her piece, whereas Dominique was coming in hot. So out of all the connections, the ones I feel like would be more compatible with you would be Ashanti and Lauren.
Really?
Yeah.
Now I'm in a weird situation where do I see where things go with Lauren?
I don't think he's in a weird situation. The reality is he's going to choose Dom already. Like he's going to choose Dom. The only issue is that the brother has said the other people are better, and it's almost like, oh damn, I wish you were in alignment with me, but I'm still gonna do what I'm gonna do. I'm still gonna do what I'm gonna do. Like he's gonna do what he's gonna do. He ain't not gonna do what he's gonna do. That's the real thing. Like Bello's going to play the game he wants to play, and there's nothing you can do about it. You know what I mean? And for me, that's why I'm looking at Bello like, Like, I was like, why is it the brother's seeing it, but you're not? I said, no, he sees it. He just doesn't want to pull up the spot.
In Ashanti, or do I honor the person who's been consistent in Dominique?
Yeah, I definitely like Lauren and her being able to express her feelings.
I trust my brother's judgment.
Did you guys hear that? Now, this is really important. Listen to what he said. This is really important in regards to why I said that Dominique's very sensual, very tactile, but is she good with emotions? I'm not sure. Okay. All right.
Really?
Yeah.
Now I'm in a weird situation where do I see where things go with Lauren and Ashante, or do I honor the person who's been consistent in Dominique?
Yeah, I definitely like Lauren and her being able to express her feelings.
I trust my brother's judgment.
Now, I think that's very important. He said he likes the fact that Lauren's able to what? Express her feelings. And I think that's also very important. Okay. So with her being able to explore her feelings, this will give you an opportunity to connect with Lauren in a very unique way. But here's the thing. Bello doesn't do emotions either. That's why he rolls with Dominique. They are two sides of a coin. They avoid dealing deeper with their actual emotions. They can play on the surface of emotions. They can be tactile. They can be flirtatious. They can be fun. They can be naughty. But when it comes to actually dealing with their actual emotions, I feel like both of them are the same people and they struggle in that area. Hence why they get each other, and hence why it's going to be very hard for Lauren to get in. Because if Lauren's in tune with herself emotionally, and doesn't mean I agree with everything Lauren ever does or says, but if she's in tune with herself emotionally, how would that even work with someone like Bello in this season? It wouldn't. It wouldn't. Okay, it wouldn't. And so these two actually go together. Mm-hmm. So I think there's some deeper aspects of this. Again, like we saw Bello, listening to Ashley, being such a great listener. So he has those skills and traits, but it's definitely given somebody who's an avoidant because of the way that he plays with her and the way she plays with him, the way that they both almost agreed not to even necessarily, talk about marriage, not almost do marriage later on. I was like, that doesn't even make sense. I'm not saying you have to be married after the show, but why are we cutting off our lanes?
But I also trust my own discernment. Appreciate the feedback. It's difficult because I got a lot to think about.
All right, cool. Let me get this boy.
I could do different or better.
Just saying, I get it, I get him. I don't mean any harm or, make you feel a certain way because of how I am. You could just rely on who you know me to be.
All right, listen, you've heard me say this before. I don't like when women say this, and I really don't like when men say it. Like, when you start saying, I'm a truth teller, I say how it is, I think you're bullcrapping me. When you say I'm a truth teller and I say it how it is, I already know you're bullcrapping me. And it's really frustrating because really and truly, you're hiding behind the guise of, I just say it as it is, as being a truth teller and hiding your rudeness. You're rude. You're disrespectful. That's the truth. So there is no, I'm just saying it straight. No, you're being rude and being disrespectful with no tact and no respect for the other person. Your only respect is being right. And that's the problem with him. Don't even make sense.
I just need you to know my heart.
I do know who you are. And so I should know that it's not coming from the space that it probably landed.
But I'm still Vince. So some of the times you got to say like, hey, stop. Then if we both are compromising, that makes for a beautiful situation.
That is.
Did you hear what he just said? Did you hear what he just said? Listen, this is for both the ladies and the men, but I'm going to say it towards the men because you see, when I call people out, I'm very balanced. I call men and women out. What he said is absolute bollocks. What he just said is bollocks. What he just said is the equivalent of women saying, put me in my place. It's bollocks. What he just said is the equivalent of women saying, "I need a man that can handle me." It's bollocks. And what he just said is the equivalent of women saying, "You know what? If a man gives me something to respect, I'll then respect him." Bollocks. It's bollocks. Let me tell you why it's bollocks. The statement that he made, I'm going to replay it. Okay? I want you to listen to this. Okay?
Any harm or, make you feel a certain way because of how I am. You could just rely on who you know me to be. I just need you to know my heart.
I do know who you are. And so I should know that it's not coming from the space that it probably landed.
But I'm still Vince. So some of the times you got to say like, hey, stop. And then if we both are compromising, that makes for a beautiful situation.
What he just said, almost in a sense, is tell me where the limit is. I've done videos on this with women. When women say, I need a man that can handle me, I need a man that can put me in my place. Why are you putting the responsibility on being a good human being on someone else? Why can't you do it yourself? Why does the other person have to be accountable for holding you accountable for your bullcrap? Why? That don't make no sense. If you know you go too far, you should have stops in place. You should have buck stops in place so that I'm not gonna go that far. I recognize that I can't go that far. It's gonna affect you, and I shouldn't say it, so I ain't gonna say it. Why is the other person being held accountable to try and keep you in place? It's stupid, right? And it's only going to lead you to a very toxic relationship. It's only going to take that. Like, what? It's going to lead to a toxic relationship. So no, I don't want to hold that position. You get what I'm saying to you? I see you, C-Way. I don't have to hold that position for you. You should fix up yourself. And actually, and this is where women, I want you to pay attention. This is specifically for you, but men also, this is for you too, right? But mainly the way, ladies, I want you to understand that he just told you the truth. And if you don't hear him, you're going to lose. And you're going to be saying to yourself, I don't know why he is the way he is. He just told you. Listen to what he's saying.
That it probably landed.
But I'm still Vince. So some of the times you got to say like, hey, stop.
What I think for the ladies I want you to pay attention to is what he's basically saying in this instance is when he's saying about, hey, I'm still Vince, tell me stop. He's basically saying this. I've clocked that you don't hold boundaries very well. I want to say it one more time. He's clocked you don't hold boundaries very well. And do you know how? Because he would have never come out of that statement if she held boundaries very well. Yes, she can get out of pocket. Yes, she can have a disrespectful mouth. Only when she's taking bullcrap and she's taking it to a certain level. That's her issue. Her issue is that she can take a lot of crap and then she'll explode and she'll give it to you. But by then it's too late. So when Vince says, you know what, I'm still Vince, you got to let me know, he's clocking that you're not boundary led. You're not boundary led. So I'm letting you know, I'm letting you know ahead of time, be boundary led so that I can stay in the situation. It's a bit like when men say, look, when men will say I need you to tell me no. You should know what kind of girl you dated. I don't need a girl to tell me no. I already know you're going to tell me no if you don't like something because I know the kind of person I picked. I need a girl that's going to tell me no. Nah, Negro, you need to have self-discipline. I know what you mean, but you need self-discipline because what you're not deeping is also the fact that it's a self-discipline problem. It's interesting. I was like, he waiting for somebody. You gotta walk away, sis. Walk away.
Easy. This is PG. Like, my physical therapist touch me like this all the time, so this is not... But I know that it's an elephant in the room about this timeline, and I know that this is going to have to be addressed. No, don't pull it down. Get a ducks or shit.
Let me also tell you about this too. Vince better be careful. Let me tell you, Vince better be careful. Why is that? Because Dominique has a timeline. And I want to tell you something. If you play with Donna. Donna has a timeline. Just when you think you're playing her, she gonna get pregnant, get her child, and you gonna pull your bull crap, and you gonna be separated from her, and she gonna be happy because she got what she wants. I say that to say because of the way that she's interacting with Vince, knowing that Vince doesn't have the same timeline as her. You get me? So play with Donna all you want. Donna's willing to take a little bit of crap for now. So long as she can meet her goal and expectations, bro, she gonna get her little family, her little kid. And I'm telling you, don't try to play with this one. It will look like you're winning. And just as you think you're winning, she's gonna pull the covers right underneath you. So just in case he thinks that he gonna win against her, bro, she's not showing you all the cards. Relax. Play with him if you want to. Telling you.
Yo, get a Duxer show. They want to see ass too.
I think Darius's family, the fact Darius thought he was an astronaut.
Sorry.
Oh, nice. So I was like, oh, okay. So how you feeling about your connection so far?
This journey kind of taught me a lot as far as like moving too fast on something.
Yeah.
So you might point and shoot, bam. Yeah. But at the same time, you do want to take your time and get to know each other. Your connection.
Now, Ashanti, they forced you on this date. Ain't no way. They forced her on this date because ain't no way. There ain't no freaking way. I'm telling you, they forced this date to come together. I feel like Ashanti hates his niggas' guts. I'm just gonna be real with you. Okay?
I understand this. So I was like, oh, okay.
So how you feeling about your connection so far?
This journey kind of taught me a lot as far as like moving too fast on something.
Yeah.
So you might point and shoot, bam.
Yeah.
But
this face says it all. Oh, I know for real, this face says it all, bro. This girl's like, God damn, I'm with this Negro. Yeah. Let's just make the best of it while I can. Like, you can tell by her face. You know what I'm saying to you? This face here is telling me all I need to know. Fed up.
At the same time, you do want to take your time and get to know each other.
Ooh, that lip one there. Ooh, I don't think I've seen her pull that face all season long. This face right here, I don't think she's pulled it all season long. She said, we ain't seen her pull that face all season long. I'm telling you, old girl here, she getting a check and she gonna be out. Because there ain't no way. Okay? There ain't no way. That right there. Ooh, wait. No.
Your connection outside of me, do you feel like you got tighter or more distant?
I don't know. I haven't heard much from my top connection.
I don't think Bello balanced himself really well at the getaway. He did make time for me, but in my mind, he had his mind made up about Dominique.
Right now, I haven't really heard much from my top connection either, so.
Really now?
No. What I'm thinking is maybe both of the connections might have been in the way of what the possibility here was.
If you don't stop smiling at that man, Ashanti, don't even dream about it. Don't even dream about it. Don't even dream about it, Ashanti. Don't even dream about it. Not the brother saying, listen, I heard, my top connection don't work either. No, your top connection's not working right now because you told us some nonsense. Your top connection's not texting you right now because you told us some nonsense. It's not the same thing. Okay? It's not the same thing. Okay? I need her to leave it alone. Get herself out, bro. There's nothing here. There are not many people that come out ready to love and become stars. This is not Love Island. It's not Love is Blind. No offense to Ready to Love, but how many people have come out ready to love and become a star? There is very few people. We got Mike from a couple of seasons ago. After that, bro, we don't know. I need him to focus. Okay? I need to focus.
Do you feel like your mind is made up?
My mind was made up on what I don't want, but as far as what I do want, I like our pace.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like the turtle in the hare. That turtle will catch up.
Yeah.
And that's what I feel I just say even with us. Ashanti's an amazing young lady, and she's never been a bad look.
Now, I want to know what part of Ashanti is resonating with Darius. I want to know what part of Ashanti is resonating with Darius. And I think what it is that I think she can see Darius. I think she sees Darius as a bit of a game player. And I think she sees Darius as a bit of a loose cannon. I think Darius's freedom makes her feel free. Okay? I think the only reason why she can even look at him and play with him is because his freedom, his freedom to be who he wants to be and do whatever he wants. I think that Ashanti admires that freedom. I think she admires that freedom. I don't see Ashanti being as free like that. So I think his freedom is attractive because she's not necessarily free. You get me? So sometimes you chill with these people. You have fun with these people, but they're not actually your person. But because they have something that you admire, yes, he's fun. Exactly. That's what I want to say. Like, probably a better word, he's fun. And with that fun, that allows people to kind of like engage and it's like, okay, I want to be around him. But really and truly, it's not a long-term connection. It's just that he has an aspect of his behavior which you really admire and enjoy as well. So I get that, man. You know what I'm saying to you? I definitely see that as well. I can see how that can make sense.
In this dating experience, I thought I was going an emotional ride. I think that's an understatement.
There was an earlier conversation I want to tap into. Okay, the Darius conversation. The Darius conversation.
At this point in the process, me and Darius are pretty much solid. So I want to ask questions about our communication and our love languages.
I got some questions. Any kids?
Yes, I have a 10-year-old daughter. No kids. Okay. How does Darius typically conduct himself in a relationship?
When D is committed in a relationship, if another beautiful woman approaches him, he's going to try to put her to work.
You be a model. Can you do hair?
I'm a fashion designer as well.
He does a lot. He works with a lot of women. He's not trying to kick it. But if anybody can contact you, can hop in your DM, can call you, it's like you're too accessible. I don't. Well, you can't stop a person for
I get networking, but what I mean by like just too accessible.
Allowing access.
Yeah.
Yo, the friend knows Darius is a piece of work. I'm sorry. The girl knows Darius is a piece of work, but she's here to do a job. Okay, all right. The girl knows that Darius is a piece of, because the way she just smiled when Ashley just said what she said, I was like, oh, the way the friend smiled and laughed, that friend knows that Darius is a damn little player, and she laughed at that moment. She knew. Sister even. Okay, well, sister even knows better than she knows her brother. She knows her brother's not serious, because that little smirk After what she said?
DM can call you. It's like you're too accessible. I don't.
Well, you can't stop a person for
I get networking, but what I mean by like just too accessible.
Allowing access.
Yes, you.
That face there says it all to me. That face there says it all to me. Okay, all right. She knew. She's smiling. She, you know, you're right, sis. You're right. You're right. You know what I mean? You're right. I was like, yo.
You two are very selective. I think you're guarded. But no matter what happens, I don't think you'll ever have an issue. You know, that's just my advice. But I like you, ladies. Thank you.
This has been so fun.
Yes,
But it's definitely time for me to excuse myself.
Okay.
I don't want to step on that coat.
I like it.
It was so nice to meet you. Being that I am a slow roller, I appreciate the fact that Darius has always respected my pace, but this was a great date. I feel like I left a really great impression on Darius's family. We had a good time.
Now, I'm going to say this again. I don't think I see. I'm going to bring on in 2 minutes now. I don't think, people really slow burn, if I'm honest with you. I don't really believe in slow burners, if I'm honest with you. I don't believe in slow burners. I think people who say they're slow burners usually are invulnerable, and they're not very vulnerable. And that's why they say that. As well. I think, the truth of the matter is that, I think that when you learn how to be vulnerable, you no longer be a slow burner. The slow burn is because you're trying to slow it all the way down so you can pay attention, which I get. But a lot of times also just out fear. It's a fear of actually connecting with somebody. It's a fear of actually being open to somebody in that particular space as well. So, yeah.
So, what I wanted to know, seeing that you can be, especially if I'm not married.
The biblical version of submission is to adhere to another person's will.
But sometimes men use Bible verses and don't really follow them as well.
Now, I'm sorry, but that was a shot towards him. That was not a shot towards the men. That was a shot towards him. Okay? I'm going to be honest with you. Because how you going to say, to listen, some men don't follow the Bible? I'm like, no, the man that you're with doesn't follow the Bible. That's what you're trying to tell me right now. And it's okay. You can tell me that. I get it. You know, I definitely understand. I definitely deep it. I definitely see it. I get it, you know. But I was like, yeah, no, that's definitely you. But anyway, listen, I won't go any further. I've already done a video on this deep down breakdown. You should go and watch it. Let me bring my my Seaway up. I know she's waiting. I know the others will join us in a few minutes as well. So let me bring Seaway up as well. But yeah, that what he was saying. He said some wild stuff, boy. We're gonna chat about this Darius situation. I know she has some opinions as well. But let me play my little clip for Seaway because I like to play my little AI stuff. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming in heavy, introducing our.
My computer want to play. My computer want to play up. Hold on now.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming in heavy, introducing our guest speaker. My way, the only way.
Yes, Seaway.
Hey.
How we doing?
Hey. I'm doing good. I just want to say before we get started, bear the F down. That's it. I know Jay's probably listening in. Bear down. That's where we got to start.
No worries at all. I hear it. It sounds like a serious game's going on. So
it's a serious matter right now. It's a serious matter. But anyway, thanks for the intro. Love the intro.
No worries at all. It's a blessing. It's a blessing. I got one more intro to do. Got another person coming through. So let me put my little intro.
Ladies and gentlemen, El Contrario, introducing LC.
Hey, El Cid, how we doing, B?
Why it sound like he's saying Elsie and not El Cid?
Hey,
That's
listen,
where AI mess up.
AI saw your name and said, you know what, Sid, CID, they don't want to say nothing. Look, I got some work to do on that one.
Yeah, that's why I like the human intervention.
You gotta work it, rejig it. You get me? So we're gonna rejig it for you, so we can get another one. You get me?
No, I'm you know, you'll get a different El Cid tonight. I just finished up a watch party, so.
Oh yes, how was it, man?
We I do teleparty. I host watch parties, and we watched One Love, the Bob Marley biopic together. So that's the El Cid you're gonna get.
And I'm not mad at it. You get me? I'm not mad at it, guys. I'm not mad at it. Okay, listen, look, I think we should start immediately where I was ending anyway, and talk about, because of course this scenario here, and I know you guys got some strong opinions on what happened in this particular scene.
Ashley tossed me under the bus to my family. She wanted to talk about some things that we already solved and talked about in private. I didn't know why this had to be in my family's conversation. It's the reason why I mentioned that. And it was, I wanted to know what she was bringing in the relationship. And the first thing she said is what she wasn't going to do.
No.
Listen, this is what I'm saying.
After the getaway, me and Darius had an argument, and I brought that situation up to his family because that's been a roadblock with us.
So she said, I'm not going to cook.
Now, you know what's about to be said when he's about to say this next line, so I want to play it for you guys.
I'm not going to clean like that. And I just said, I didn't realize.
You want me to say how he said?
Yeah, I can't see no 40-year-old saying no, like
dumb
ass like that. But I wasn't shooting at her.
In that moment,
I don't know who he was shooting at, because if there's no one else in the room with us, I don't know who else was shooting. If no one else was having this discussion and this topic, I don't know who was shooting. If are we there alone? I don't know who you're shooting. I don't know. You know what I mean? So that was a bit of a wild one in that essence, in that scene as well. But I got to play one more introduction so I can bring my wonderful guest on as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, moving in the...
Play me. Hold on now.
Ladies and gentlemen, moving in the spirit, introducing the Deacon.
Hello, Deacon.
What's going on?
I know you appreciate my AI.
You know I do. You know I love some AI.
I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. Oh, man. So listen, welcome, panel. I appreciate you coming through. You know, listen, this particular episode got some twists and some turns, but we're back to talk about the Darius situation, and Darius saying literally, you know, no 40-year-old would have said some dumbass stuff like that. And the fact that he tried to downplay it before he said it. I want to know what your thoughts were in regards to Darius's comment about that and the discussion between himself and Ashley, and why he minimalized it and downplayed it in that moment to family as well. Okay. Since Deacon was the last to arrive, I'm gonna let him go first, because the last shall be first and the first shall be last. So, Brother Deacon.
What else they got going on down there?
Praise him. Go first, Deacon.
Well, hello, my dear. Look, this is all just a bunch of foolishness coming to light, and I'm glad that Ashley's finally starting to smell the Kinko coffee, as they say, because I was beginning to think the lights were on, but nobody was home. So he just talking and showing his true colors. And I don't think he liked any of that pushback that she was giving. And I think he just expected to say, like, and she nailed it perfectly when she was saying, like, some people just say words, say scriptures, but they're not living it. So I think, like, people just say things, like, he just talking, you know? So he's just talking about this idea of submission and thinking that she's just going to fall in line because she's smitten by him. So I'm glad she got it. And then he tried to play her using the fact that, I guess, you know, he's in his 40s and he's saying there's no 40-year-old woman that would say something like that. I'm in my 40s too, and I've you know, talked and dated plenty of women who've said something very similar. You know, was married. And if I approached my ex-wife at that time like that, with that kind of energy, she would likely say the same thing. And the one thing that I did learn, and this is, you know, guys, we have to release ourselves from this idea of that women are just going to fold for us and submit to us in this capacity just because, right? When you carry a certain energy, the woman that is meant for you, and not all women, because not all women will, the woman that is meant for you will be comfortable, right? And it's not to say you should have an expectation that she's just going to be, you know, a maid, a cook, and, you know, taking care of you. No, but those certain things, when you find that right woman and the right woman is for you, you ain't got to beg, you ain't got to beat her over the head with a club to get her to do the things that you want her to do. So, and I think that's the point he's missing. You, when you come in with leadership, with the plan, and are looking that you are willing to work with her, most certainly most women will work with you. But if you come in just talking crap and the actions don't match the words, then you're gonna have problems, and then y'all gonna be tussling over who does what.
Good point, Drew. Good point. I hear that. El Cid.
I need to know who the 40-year-old he talking about, since he didn't mean it towards her. Why is he telling her in her vicinity? Is he expecting that at 40 she would be doing it? I'm trying to figure out exactly what does he mean, because you said it with your whole chest, your whole, you know, dumb chest like that. You said it, and then you had to apologize. At least his sister is checking him. That's what I would say that's positive about this whole interaction. She said, know your audience. Know your audience. And that ain't going to go over. You know, your delivery. Watch your delivery. What are you saying? What are you trying to say? Now, the diabolical El Cid said, Ashley didn't need his car anymore. She got her car out the shop. So now she could tell him what she want to tell him, how she want to tell him. But that's just, you know, diabolical thinking. But at least she's telling him what she will and won't do. And she was very clear. For some men, you know, that submission means a maid. And I'm letting him know, no matter what your definition of submission is, my definition is this is what I am not. Now, what she's also showing is that you have not clearly, Darius, told her what your expectations of submission is supposed to look like. Clearly, you are not leading in the conversation to tell her, hey, submission in my household looks like this. Are you down for it, Ashley? That's the thing. He left it too open-ended in not allowing her to say, will she submit to his form of leadership? Because she probably wasn't hearing none other than wear this fur, let's go out and let's hang out. That was about it. I did not hear, even in this conversation, what is he asking for other than complaining about how she reacted to what he said. And come on now.
Definitely hear you. I'm with you. Seaway. My way is the only way.
Hey. Okay, so he asked her what's the definition of submission, and her response was, I know y'all don't need to remind me. I'm heartbroken right now. She responded, it's not cooking and cleaning. Right?
Right, but it's the way he asked it. Is the, you know, what 40-year-old would say some damn age and like that.
But that was, so I'm just trying to get the order. So he said, what's her definition of what's the order? So I want to make sure I got it right.
I'll play it for you as in what he said.
I didn't know why this had to be in my family's conversation. It's the reason why I mentioned that.
Oh, hold on.
That he may think I need to be. So submission to you says servant. Sometimes men think that. So I have to say, I don't feel like every day is necessary for me to cook, clean. I don't want to be molded into something that he may think I need to be, especially if I'm not married.
Enough context, you? I know you're heartbroken in a moment, but
I guess so. I guess I was just trying to get the order of how that conversation really went. I guess I'm still not really getting the order, but
Well, if I can help a little, it was more so the sister talked about it. She replayed like an argument that they had. And in replaying like a back and forth that they had, she just relayed her feelings about submission and what she thought based on what he was asking her to do.
and then when did he said a 40-year-old wouldn't say no dumb ish like that?
In the midst of that conversation, not at that dining table, in their conversation, when she was explaining, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that, that's when he replied, a 40-year-old woman wouldn't say no dumb stuff like that.
Okay, I guess I got enough context. What I would say is pretty much what Sean, what you were saying. It's a collective of, you know, now she's starting to finally pick up on whatever Darius is not putting down, and she's kind of rising up. You know, she's rising up a little bit, and this is not what he bargained for. He bargained for a girl that was going to be excited about his Temu foxes and somebody that he was going to be able to kind of impress with nonsense. Now she's using her voice and basically telling him not to play with her. And that, you know, she's not going for whatever, you know, type of manipulation that he's trying to put down. And now he over here, he trying to be on to the next. So, I mean, it is what it is. He ain't talking about nothing. Nothing about Darius appears to be Christ-like in the slightest bit. And so, you know, I don't really know why he's even talking about submission. And to Sean's point, people are not going to be automatically submitting to you because you have balls in a nutsack. We're not finna be doing that. That's not how that goes. You need to actually be someone that is worth following, and you're supposed to be submitting to each other. And so I don't know what in the colonization and what got people messed up about this, but this whole conversation, people need to dead the word if they don't even fully understand the context to it. But I'm glad that she let him know, and hopefully she can move on. But as it comes to her, I think she's been playing too, because you can't tell me you woke up and just found out that Darius ain't hitting on nothing and ain't talking about nothing. So I don't know what game she was playing, but I know she didn't just wake up and find out that he's a whole fool. So everybody playing in my eyes, because he been ain't talking about nothing. That's all I got.
Sorry. Kojo, did you because you know I came in later, did you guys talk about what the sister said in terms of if he meets a beautiful woman, he's going to put her to work?
No, I didn't even see that coming. When did she? I'm sure he did say it, but when did it get said?
So it was, I think that conversation happened before this one. So if you rewind a little bit before that, they were talking about, and the sister just volunteered this up. So she came off sounding like a madam to me in the way she thought she was helping him, but it seemed it definitely wasn't going anywhere. And then they had a conversation about how accessible Darius is. And then they tried to play it off like, oh, you know, he's just going to find, because he works in fashion, if he's approached by a woman, he's going to find a way to make her work.
It's not romantically she's approaching him. It's basically they're trying to say it's because of, you know, work related. Yeah. And he already said and told Shannon that he dated one of the girls that used to dance for him. So miss me with that.
Yeah, I wish you could rewind and see that scene, because that to me was even worse than this last one.
I'll try to see how
Another beautiful woman approaches him. He's going to try to put her to work. You be a model. Can you do hair?
Well, I'm a fashion designer as well.
He does a lot. He works with a lot of women. He's not trying to kick it. But if anybody can contact you, can hop in your DM, can call you, it's like you're too accessible. I don't. Well, you can't stop a person for. I get networking.
But what I mean by like just too accessible,
Allowing access.
yes,
You two are very
That's a piece
That
of work.
sounds like a pimp to me.
Not only that,
Madam, she made
the piece of work is putting his voiceover of "I am a fashion designer too." That was not from that scene.
I agree. It was a front bite that they added in that situation, which is interesting. So it's that's a bit of a tough
I'm
one
glad
there.
she's waking up because at 31, 32, I'm sorry. That's not young. I need you to be able to see pimp light when you see one. Someone who's just trying to see what they can get out of somebody. And so I'm glad that she's finally peeping it. But it's clear that, you know, he sees women as means to an end. What he can get out of them is what I heard the sister saying. You see a pretty woman, I'm going to put you to work? What does that even mean?
Can you model? Can you do hair? Can you wash my car? I mean, how much work is work? Everybody doesn't need to work for you, Darius. That too. No, that's giving him an excuse that if, you know, he's talking to someone and you are suspicious, he could say he putting them to work. Nah.
What do we think about obviously him saying, you know, when you say put him to work, how does that translate into relationship wise though? Like romantically, like what does that do for the relationship if he's saying put you to work? Yes, Elsie.
Well, he just told her what he expects, cook and clean. That's putting you to work in the house. So every woman in his life is being put to work, including the sister right now in this conversation. She put to work to get the ladies to continue to fall for him and the nonsense.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Deacon. Was that too much? Was that too much, Deacon?
No, it was just funny. Yeah, no, I think that he's saying he's trying to make it sound good, but you know when somebody is trying to clean something up, but they're just telling on themselves. And I think you can only hide who you really are for so long and how you interact in relationships for so long till you just tell on yourself. So he's telling on himself how he looks at women. He was like, if a beautiful woman comes up to me, I'm going to find a way to make her useful to me. You know, and the sister was trying to spin it like, oh, he's not going to date them. Okay, but he's going to find a way to make them work for him, which is insane. It's just like, bro, what are we doing? Like, yeah. So that's what I walked away from that understanding. I just don't think he, you know, has an appreciation for women. He just sees them as a means to an end. And I mean, I think Seaway has said that, El Cid has said that, and I think it's just coming out.
Definitely hear that. Any more thoughts on Ashley? Oh, what about Ashley? Do we, you know, she obviously handled a bit more business on this particular part as well. As Seaway said, she's waking up as well in that instance. Do we feel like Ashley is going to make it out in time? Because although she's waking up, she's still around him. Although he, you know, said what he said, she, you know, after he apologized so profusely, and I know she's bringing up to the family in that, but she's still there. Do we think that Ashley's going to be able to make it out on time? Is she going to be able to clock his tea, as someone would say? Or is it going to be a case that Ashley's going to stick around and that's my man, almost in a sense, energy-wise?
It depends if Ashley thinks that she's one of those people who can like try to, if she thinks she's one of the people who's going to stick around and clock him, because kind of what I got in this episode is she thinks that she's going to be able to clock him and he ain't going nowhere and she going to set him straight. I think that's where she's going to fall short. It's not that she ain't seeing it. It's the fact that you think you can change somebody 40 plus ways. If he's been around 40 some years and he's been using women as a means to an end, allegedly taking advantage of largely sized white women, allegedly doing this and that, it really doesn't matter ain't nothing you got that's gonna come over here and convince him to act differently. He's very set in his ways, and so she should just keep it moving. But there's a lot of women who think that they better than the next. They gonna check a man. You ain't checking him. So, yeah.
I mean, for whatever reason, she should wake up. I mean, even with agreeing with most of what Seaway said, they're in different points in their life. She wants kids. He has kids, 4 that he said, and 2 are grown adults. Does he want to start over with that? And she clearly, that was her contention with Devin. She wants children, 2 to 3. Is she going to do this with Darius? I don't think so. But then again, that's for her to really drill down. It's like, is this the man that is going to build a family with you? That's a serious question, because she wanted that, and she judged a few of the men on it. So yes, he may be showing up for her in ways that she likes, when she, had car trouble and stuff like that. But right now, having an argument, and he's arguing the fact that you brought it up to his family. So now it's like, you got to also ask him with that submission question, where can I go for wise counsel that you won't get all hot and bothered about? So yeah, I think there are a long list of reasons why she should run.
Yeah, I think that she is going to, this is going to be one of those things where she's going to want to stick her toe in the waters to see how it goes. And then maybe by the reunion, when we see the reunion, they will have broken up, or she's gotten to see how he is in the real world outside of the filming and all this other stuff. And then she will either be able to move on or not. But I don't think she's done with him yet. I mean, I don't know if your plan was to really dive into it, but you'll see just how worse it even goes, because next thing you see is he's talking about he's ready to jump ship and hang out with Ashante. So he was all ready to cut ties a little bit and delve into his connection with Ashante. And then, towards the end, we see they find their ways back to each other, and they kind of agree to move on. But nothing is still ever resolved. So I don't think she's going to just move on. I think she will try to give him the benefit of the doubt. He's going to try to sell her more on what he thinks submission should look like. And they'll probably bump heads and then break up somewhere along the way.
Sean, you know what was wild to me? Ashante is here. Ashante is here meeting the family, and they never had a date. Never had a date. I mean, what are we doing? Ready to Love, what are we doing? And they both clearly say later on that we never had a date.
Yeah, that wasn't editing. as we were told in the past with other folks. So yeah, no editing there. That was clearly their first date after, they've been doing a lot of these group dates, I'm not sure how people are getting a chance to really formulate bonds and connections with one another.
Yeah, I definitely hear you, but I don't know how ready she is, because like I said, last episode we found out that she was driving his car. I said we'll see how far, we'll see how, if she's able to detangle herself. Was that last episode or this episode? It was
I think that was last episode, was when she was talking about she was driving his car, I believe.
Her car broke down or whatever, and I was like,
yeah.
Right there, they start.
Yeah, that's what I said. She ain't done.
Yeah, right. I don't think she's done. So, in that situation, political. All right, cool. Let's get the next scene for you guys as well. And there as well. Let me. Vince, Lauren, and Donna. Let me play a little bit of a clip for you guys. Oh, sound off.
I don't want to interview answer.
I didn't even get to the part yet. If you could be patient.
You're setting it up for the interview.
I'm setting it up. So he was a young man that I kind of helped grow. And when he finally got to be, now I'm not a little boy anymore. I need you to look at me in this way now. It was very hard for me to be supportive of him. It was hard for me to kind of look at him in the way that I feel like a woman needs to look at a man in order for the relationship to thrive. So
The brother looked like he's had enough. What's your guys' thoughts to Elsie? Why you smiling like that? Well gone. Why you smiling like that?
Oh, I enjoyed this date. Oh, the diabolical in me enjoyed this date. Oh, yes. First of all, Michael, Vince's brother, he was, how can I say it? He was subtle in the way of he was just getting under the skin, real subtle with it. But it was loud to me. The whole raising the hand and wait to be acknowledged by Lauren. He didn't interrupt her. He just, hey. And she, he's like, I don't want to interview answer. But you let the door open for him to say that. You could have, gone on and said, hold on, I'll get to your question. But yes, it was very, very much, he really knew what was going on. First of all, Vince has never been this quiet. Ever been this quiet. And I was like, ooh, I'd love to see this brotherly dynamic. Love to see it. But it showed all over Vince's face. What he was thinking, they caught his facial expressions, his eyebrows, his eyes, everything. But Vince was mostly mute. And Michael, led that conversation. But it's interesting to me how he asked that question. What did you contribute to the downfall of your last relationship? Assuming it was the lady's fault or the lady had a hand in it. It's the way he asked the question that I thought was leading. And I was like, Michael, I'm going to need you to tweak that to not automatically make it seem like, it's your fault your last relationship ended. How did you do? What did you do? But I could understand what Lauren was coming up with, the answer, but it didn't look good. It didn't sound good. This man, you no longer respected him, or you didn't respect him in the beginning, it sounded like. And then when he got grown, you didn't want to give him the respect and switch up. So again, I wouldn't have given that story. I would have pushed his question back on him. And if I answered it, I would have said, well, Vince, how did you contribute to the ending of your marriage? How did that happen? Everybody will be answering that question at the table if you're gonna put it to me like that. So that was just my thing with them, but it was very interesting to watch. Donna gave an interview answer and Michael accepted it. That was just my take too.
Yeah, I just think you have to be really careful with sassy men, and Vince is just a sassy man, and his brother is his sassy accomplice. Because all I got from that date is that Vince, and his need and his incessant need to get back and be on one level, tussling with women, he decided that I'm not going to be the face of the tussle. I'm just going to get my brother to do it. He wanted to get her back for what her friends did, and her, refusal to take accountability for, her friend's part in that debacle. So he decided to get his brother to do it. And his brother wasn't going to like anything that Lauren had to say anyway. Now, did Lauren's, answer was probably a little bit too honest, a little bit too revealing. I think so, but also it's probably very truthful. And that's not what he wanted. And the way it was edited, the way it appeared, Donna also gave the same type of thing. All she did was ask therapy. She added therapy buzzwords, and I went to go fix it with my relationship with my daddy. And that all of a sudden was acceptable. I mean, we didn't even get a chance to figure out what Lauren, could figure out that she needed to do not to be in that position. I would assume that she would, realize that she shouldn't be building no man. Because if you build a man, sometimes it's hard to respect him later. I hope that would be her conclusion. But we didn't even get a chance to, get there. But, men who like to be on the same accord with women, who like to tussle with women, be the same men who be asking for respect. Be the same men who want to be respected. But no, now you sent your sassy brother to be sassy with y'all. And the reason why I know they're sassy is because this is not just from the show. They can't say editing. From that little clip for their little YouTube podcast, Vince was out of control. Out of control. Yelling, tussling in the camera. And his brother was his sidekick. They should be embarrassed, both of them. Why are you yelling, cussing, worried about what another man do if he pulled out? All this type of bullcrap. Vince is too sassy. Just too sassy. And here go Donna, oh, pick me, signing up to be with a sassy man. Ugh.
Well, I don't know how I can really follow that up, but what I will say is I wish that question was better framed, because when someone asks, there's a way to ask questions, and certain questions are designed for certain things, and I think the question is designed as a trap. The question is designed and implied, similar to what El Cid was saying, right? To really imply that there was a relationship that was your fault. My famous question, the question I love to ask is, what did you learn from your last relationship? What did you learn about yourself from your last relationship? What are some things you are currently working on improving? What are some things that you think you could do better? Still kind of interviewish questions, but less assigning blame, like what did you have to do because of the fault of your, like what did you do to end your last relationship? It's not really thought-provoking. It's kind of, it can put somebody's back up against the wall, make them defensive, and maybe Lauren was taking a long way to answer the question and he didn't like that, but it's a very off-putting question, and sometimes people want to, you got to think about it. So let somebody get there if they're answering your question, because it wasn't like Vince who decided to stop asking questions that he thought were ridiculous, So she was trying her best to answer it. Let her finish, and then maybe ask some clarifying questions, and then go back into it. But just to kind of lead that way, I didn't like the way the question was positioned at all. And I thought it could have been done better from like when you are entering into a conversation with somebody with good faith, then you ask questions that are of good faith. So I don't think those were good faith questions. So my 2 cents.
I mean, and even if it was, sorry, Coach, I was going to say, and even if it was, we were going to say it's a good faith question, it was a fine question. I think actually for once, the two women tried to answer honestly. I think Lauren gave an honest answer and was a thoughtful answer. And I think it proved that she actually did some self-reflection way prior to even, that question being asked, and Donna as well. So I just didn't understand. It felt like she gave an honest answer and that wasn't enough. He was like, no, let me poke at it and let me poke at her. Maybe he didn't anticipate that he was going to get some self-reflection. But I think admitting that you built a man and then by the time you built him, it was hard to respect him. That's a lot of accountability and a lot of self-reflection. And that's a lot of that's a lot of honesty and transparency to me. I think she, like Sean says, I think she took a long time to answer and he didn't have a lot of patience, but he let Donna mumble and fumble to therapy and repairing the relationship with her daddy and back again. And then they played the music and I'm just like, oh, okay. That was so much better than Lauren's response. Okay. I'm like, all right. It just felt like, it just felt like the same bullcrap, add therapy to it. The hell?
I already said I think it was I think if I'm honest with you, the question was a little bit sharp, but Lauren didn't answer it very well. It was an unaccountable answer. If it's like saying, did you cheat in your last relationship? Yeah, but they cheated first, so I cheated. It's an unaccountable answer. I agree with all your opinions that Donna had maybe a pick-me answer. etc. I can understand that. But Donna actually answered it from a perspective of not blaming the other party for why she did what she did. You know what I'm saying to you? It's like saying somebody's saying, why do you do this? And you want to pull it on the other person before you why you did what you did. When she said she grew a man. And then the accountability would have been, actually, I made a mistake of trying to grow a boy into a man. That's on me. But she's still trying to make it into a situation where it's almost like he then came out of his position and tried to act like he was too big for his boots. And you're still putting on him instead of taking accountability for your choices again. So again, once more, you're not being accountable. I didn't think she was being accountable. I didn't think it was a very difficult question. If you ask me as to why my relationship failed, whether I was the one that predominantly caused the relationship to fail, I can tell you what I did in that relationship because I'm never perfect. So in all my relationships, even the last one where I felt like the person was doing me wrong, I'm still going to tell you, hey, look, here's what I could have done better. First and foremost, at the very beginning, I shouldn't have chosen this person because I looked at the situation, I ignored some red flags. I don't need to say, they're the one that pushed me to do this. No. I have to be accountable for the choices I make. That would be a true accountable answer. And that's why I like Donna's answer, because it focused on what she did wrong. And look, did the man say anything to Donna? Probably. Was a man probably being rude to Donna? Maybe. Do you know what I mean? But I don't know, because Donna took full accountability for her response and not tried to make it as if I did a tit for tat. He probably was disrespectful. He probably was a little bit rude. He probably was, maybe doing some passive aggressive stuff to her, but she took full accountability and said, "Look, this is what I did." And so, like I said, I'm not putting her above Vince. By the way, Vince and her are like a mirror. They're both itty bitty. They lack accountability on both sides. That's why they had the whole 6-2 argument in the first place. She sent her girls after him, and then he decided to be petty as well, right? So they're both petty individuals who are passive aggressive, and he then sent his dogs too and said, "Listen, I'm going to do the same thing to you." Okay. So when people are petty and passive aggressive and don't really want to learn how to communicate, that's what you're going to get. So they're really two peas in a pod, which is why she's still talking to him after he called her the B word. All right. So just, you know what I mean? That's just, I think they're both like two peas in a pod, if I'm honest with you. I think there's some work that needs to be done in that area. But Elsie, you raised your hand. Sorry, I talked across you.
No, I was just being funny, like Michael was raising his hand to be acknowledged. I was just being funny.
I have a question. So if Lauren would have just said, I lost respect for him without providing context as to how or why she lost respect, we would be sitting here opining, guessing, and checking and not having context. I just don't understand how providing context and what led to her treating him with disrespect or her losing respect lacks accountability. And maybe there's just a difference of opinion. I don't mind people providing context. I think context and understanding doesn't void out accountability. Because at the end of the day, I heard her take accountability for the fact that she chose to build or support a man, and then she realized the result of that created a dynamic where she felt like she couldn't respect him, and that's on her. I mean, that's what I heard. I didn't hear a lack of accountability, and like Jason, they kept on interrupting her. I guess I just don't understand that.
I think they pounced on her when they heard she spoke to him disrespectfully and all that stuff. It wasn't a matter of what she said. She could have said anything. It was a pounce time. It was like, kittens, and it was a laser, and they were lasered on her, and it was just pounce, no matter what she said.
Agreed. The question was set up for her to fail. It didn't matter what she was going to say. They were gonna hold her accountable in some shape or form. That's not my angle, but I definitely understand that they set her up, and they could tell because he interrupted her like a second into her answering, which was just dumb. I said that earlier on before you came. I said that was just so dumb. The fact he interrupted her, and she hadn't even. She barely just got the worst few words out of her mouth, and I don't want to interview answer. And I was like, bro, she's just explaining what she even said. She hadn't even got to the part of explaining yet. So I already knew. Yeah, the question is in bad faith because the motivation behind it was to try and get her to slip and fall, and it didn't matter what she said. That's why it's bad faith. The question itself is not a bad question. But it's a bad faith because their motivation was never for her to answer it correctly. They don't care what she said. Like you said, Elsie, They don't care. They just want to nail her to the cross and get payback for what she did to them, and they're doing the same thing. It's just petty people just doing petty stuff. It's like really silly stuff kind of thing, you know. It's not grown. I don't know if you want to add, Sean, sorry, or someone else. See what's going on.
That was me.
Oh, sorry.
That was me. But you know, I just want to say, but at the end of the day, this is all on Lauren. This begins with, well, it begins with Vince, but it ends with Lauren, because men like Vince and a lot of men, I'm actually going to take it off of men. Humans in general, they test boundaries. Humans, even dogs and mammals, they test boundaries. And when she was notified that he called her allegedly some version of a tall B, some related to her, and she continued to communicate, engage, and even like consider him as like a connection, was the moment that Vince was going to have no more respect for her. And so it really doesn't matter after that. That's not to say that you can't accept somebody's apology and, you know, move on respectfully. That's where she should have left it. You know, you can engage with him as another human being or castmate on the show. But when you continue to engage with somebody as a connection who was already derogatory towards you unprovoked in the beginning, he was never going to have respect for her. And he clearly never did. Because if that's the way you referred to her, he never respected her. You cannot allow people to cross your boundaries and think it's going to get better. It's not going to get better. And so and I think Kojo said they're what is it? Flips of the same. I don't know.
Two peas in a pod.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Maybe. Maybe flip of the same.
So see, what you're saying is she hasn't learned from the stories that she gave.
I don't know. No, maybe not. Because she still, maybe not. I don't think she learned much. Because that type of respect, if you want respect, you got to demand it. You got to demand respect. And if someone doesn't respect you, you got to keep it moving. So.
No, definitely. Go for it, Sean. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I watched a good chunk of her interview. She interviewed with Chloe on Chloe's channel, Chloe Johnson's channel, yesterday, I believe. And I watched a little bit of that, and she gave some context into how the scenario was replayed back to her in the context of Vince calling her a B. And she said he was actually defending her character, and that she's, you know, has some family members that use that kind of language. So as much as she didn't like it, and she would not accept being called that to her face, she kind of understood it and was able to, I guess, reconcile it with some of the good qualities that she thought she saw in Vince. And I think that's what, when we watch these shows, I think we see people do one thing and then we kind of just be like, that's it. And yes, that should be it. But in the real world, I think sometimes people give people chances, too many. And I think that's what she did, you know, was thinking that there were other redeemable qualities that Vince had and excused that. But we have to understand, like, when somebody shows us who they are, especially when it comes to like disrespect and how they refer to you, like, to me, it is very telling how you talk about me when I'm not around. And if it comes to light, and sometimes we're not always privy to that information, and the chances when we are privy to hear how people talk about us when we're not around, and it's somebody that we're examining a relationship, and in this capacity, a relationship of love with, and that's how he referred to you. For me, I would hope that would be enough. And I would hope that looking back on it, she would say, like, I wouldn't do that today. Now, if she's still today, you know, if you interview her, Kojo, and you talk to her, and she's like, knowing what I know now, would I do the same things? And she still says yes, then there's still some lessons to be learned, right? Because hindsight is 20/20. So if you're realizing, hey, I probably gave that person too much of the benefit of the doubt, and I wouldn't do that again, great. If she's still saying no, I understand. I would do it. I still would do it because I think he's a decent person, even after how everything she's seen to this point. Then I'm sorry, you're not learning the lessons, sis. And you're going to keep repeating that same cycle over and over again if you don't learn, like, hey, when I see a red flag, don't keep pushing through and give another red flag to come forward.
No, I definitely hear you. And I think obviously with these, again, with Vince as well, like I said, maturity and growth is very important. I think for Vince to let his brother kind of set Lauren up, it shows that he hadn't forgotten or forgiven Lauren for the indiscretions of the 6'2" situation. And you know what it is? It's tit for tat, man. And it's not mature, you know what I mean? And I think that's a very important aspect for any woman looking to choose a man, that you don't want to do tit for tat. We want to be leaders. So there are going to be opportunities for growth and opportunities for learning as well, right? Where a situation like this happens, and I know that he felt some type of way about the way that Lauren did what she did, and that's understandable. I was irritated. I mean, listen, keep asking the 6'2" situation, but the way that you've got to be able to discuss with Lauren, or at least say, hey, you know what, for me, this is my standard, doesn't involve you being petty. You know what I mean? You can't tell her to do better, and then when you have an opportunity to do better, you do worse. Doesn't make sense, right? So I definitely think that's a massive part as well. So I definitely hear you on that aspect, and yeah, there's some work to do on his, I guess, particular end with that as well. Okay, well, I guess obviously coming on to the infamous situation between Dominique and Lauren. Again, Lauren's is in the trenches for this one again, one more, and we're gonna bring the scene up as well. Okay. Oh, hold on now. I just realized something. Before I do, I have a super chat. I do apologize. I have a super chat. Let me read it out. I apologize. Under the olive branch said, it's mighty funny. They won't let this height thing go. But Lauren was quick to forgive Vince for calling her out of her name. I'm so over Vince as well. I hear you under the olive branch. I hear you loud and clear. I really, really hear you. And since, you've sent us a wonderful, beautiful green super chat, it's always important for me to play my AI.
Now I want to thank y'all for the super chats. You didn't have to, but you did. And the Lord, he gonna bless you, pressed down and running over. Amen.
Yes, Lord.
I love that. Kojo, before you go to the next thing, I think this like tall B kind of reminds me of why I have like a kind of like no tolerance for people calling me like females or calling women females. It's not that they could be like, man, that female was bad as hell. That female, she's so smart. That female, whatever. They may mean nothing by it, but the percentages are that if you're using the term female, I'm probably going to have a major problem with you because you're not understanding the cultural understanding behind it. And so I can understand how she's like, oh, he called me a tall B, but he was defending me. But the type of man that will call a woman a B, even as a term of endearment, or even if you're using casually, it may be a problem. And I will give her grace that perhaps she didn't really realize that. But now I hope that she realizes that if a man is willing to call you a B word to your face, behind your back, positively or negatively, that's probably a risk you don't want to take. Because he seems to be okay with disrespect. And it seems like he likes to aim his disrespect mostly towards women. But even him getting in Bello's business about what he did with the girl in Miami, like on his podcast, I'm like, what does that have to do with you? You just like to run your mouth. Yeah.
I can't disagree with that at all. I can't disagree with anything you said there, Siwe. And I think there's a lot of what you said is absolutely 100% correct, because yes, in most cases when someone has, I call it the trifecta, more than one, right? He said female, he said the B word. I think any kind of B word anyway, anyone starts saying B word in a context that way, I think is always you're gonna always have a problem. Do you know what I'm saying to you? I think it's just it's not a term of endearment for the girl that you like. And that you're wanting to build a connection with, so I think there's you know, that's absolutely right. And I think it showed where his heart lied, and it's gone. Look where we are now. He's still not fully understanding the consciousness of his behaviors, or at least maybe he does understand. He just doesn't care. You know what I mean? Like at some point, he's got to say he doesn't care. So I definitely hear you on that as well. Obviously, again, I've got Jay with the memberships as well. We appreciate you with the 5 memberships as well. I appreciate you. Okay, thank you very much, Jay. You know, I'm gonna have to make a new membership video, but I'm gonna play the old one.
Good evening, this is LBB91 Network. Our top story tonight, and TUT. Wait, hold on, why haven't you joined the membership yet?
Listen, guys, why haven't you joined the membership yet? Okay, all right. I've got a couple new ones I'm gonna have to start making over this weekend, so this next weekend. So don't worry about that. I've got more clips coming for the AI. You want to see more AI clips, guys? Send more super chats. That's it. You know what I mean? I promise you. Okay. Send in more super chats. Shoot, you send 100, I might make a personal one just for you. I want to see a red banner. Okay. But thank you very much, Jay, as well. Okay, I appreciate it. Someone asked who the AI dude is. He's an AI dude. But going obviously to the next set clips, let's talk about this scene. Oh, let me put the sound on. That'll be helpful.
Nice to meet you.
Hello.
Yeah.
You look great as always.
Thank you. You too.
What up, girl? How are you?
I'm good. How is everybody?
Good.
Immediately, I'm having a flashback to the getaway. He's publicly kissed Dominique, slept in this woman's bed. However, Bello is still a connection for me. Meeting family is a huge component of dating a man.
What makes you think you're the right fit for Mr. Bello?
One thing I love about Bello is he's never satisfied. He's always trying to shoot for the next thing, like how I see us
Do you see look at Dominique just get?
together. I'm a multiplier, being supportive and being understanding of what it takes.
She batted that eyelid 3 times. Before we get any further, okay, so I want to know your thoughts to this, man. Man, what going for this situation here, man? Do you know what I mean? There's a couple of things that are going on. We've got Lauren in there. We've got the brother, the way he's interpreting things. We've got Dominique battering her eyelids at the fact that Lauren is saying that, you know, she feels like, you know, Bello is hungry and never waiting and so driven and ambitious. Like, you know, it was some really positive words from Lauren there as well. And she asked him to spin. What's your guys' thoughts on this situation? You know, how do we see a situation? What do we pick up on this scenario? You know, I guess maybe we can talk about.
Giving my.
I'm
not giving my thoughts. I'll let them go first, but I just want to know, why did Lauren come to this date dressed like she going to a deposition? She looks like she going to a deposition, and Dominique looked like she going to a picnic, a family picnic. Nobody was going to the same event on this date. Anyway, y'all could go.
I appreciate it. I mean, you know, Dominique looked good. I like the blue. Blue was nice. It's my favorite color. Yes. Sean Elson, who would like to go first? Yes, go for it, Sean.
I'll go. Yeah, I mean, listen. The only reason I could gather that Lauren is coming to this is because she's a smart woman. She is strategic. Maybe she just wants Bello to say the thing out loud. And some people are like that, you know? Like, I have some friends, like, you know, that are women that you got to say it in order for them to get it, you know? And I think that's maybe how she is. Like, she's trying to push him to say it. And I think she's also, I love how she handled Dom. I'm sorry. She did it just like it's supposed to be done. You're supposed to be uninfected, unbothered. You're supposed to just look at them and not be, you know, shaken by the things that you know, like a little bit of the intimidation that she's putting out there. But that's the only reason I can understand, like back to what I was saying previously, that Lauren would be there, because you've seen enough evidence. She said it, right? Like she knows, she knows that they've kissed publicly. Lauren previously said those were some of her rules that she laid out with Bello, like no kissing with anybody else. You know, I want to make sure you are clear about your intentions with me. All things that Bello has shown her not. Now, obviously, he's saying some things behind the scenes to her to keep her engaged. But I think she's seen enough at this point to know he is definitely leaning towards Dom, especially if she keeps referring to herself as like, well, I feel like I'm the side chick. Well, then there's nothing else further. But I do think there's part of her that's like, hey, Dom, you think you got this locked down? Let me tell you, it's not quite that. That's why she asked him, that's why she asked him that very pointed question. Are we still a connection? Is there still something here with us? And that's why she got that. And then she got that answer. Now, it still was a non-answer, but it was enough to not be a no, which also I'm sure Dom didn't like. And that's why she probably continued to get in the business and antagonize Lauren a little bit.
This seemed like a little bit of a Uno reverse, because didn't Lauren say in the cabin, Dom came and sat there and Bellows, the whole, it was a shift. There was a change in the wind. Now here comes Lauren walking in after Dom just said, I ain't bothered. I ain't bothered. And there's a shift. And Dom is the one, acting all like her feathers are ruffled. Not only that, Dom is out here telling us, or telling the gentleman here, what's going on in Ladies Lounge. Last time we spoke, you said Bello ain't a connection. I'm sorry. She could feel Bello is a connection all day. It's whether or not Bello feels that she is a connection to him. Bello sitting there mute. And when he finally rising up to say something, the look that Dom gave him, it was also to me like a reversal. Like Dom was expecting Bello to do to Lauren what she did to Devin, to get Devin out the way. Yeah, it was like, Dom, you were bothered. Not only were you bothered, you were hot and bothered. So much so you telling all the Ladies Lounge tea. Tommy told y'all not to say nothing. And here you are in the midst of the season telling Bello and his brother, well, when we were in Ladies Lounge, you said it in front of everybody. No, she didn't. She said it in front of the ladies in the Ladies Lounge. You didn't look good, Dom, in this situation. You look all flustered. You look like you were the one losing your connection to Bello. You're acting like he wasn't staying over in the room with you at the retreat. I mean, I didn't understand it, because she clearly said that Lauren's connection with Bello was going down. It was weakening. So why do you have to say anything? It's weakening with no interference from you. So why do you feel the need that you need to further pull the rug out from under her or under the whole situation? If she's going away, trusting your man that the next men's lounge, that Lauren will be on the bottom. She ain't got no other connections, but him. So again, why are we so bothered with Lauren there? Again, I'm sorry. Dom, you didn't handle this well for saying you're unbothered. You didn't handle it well. You're sitting there matching colors with Bello. Y'all cohabitated and you still have a problem. There's something else there beyond Lauren. I'm sorry.
Y'all know when a team is already eliminated from the playoffs, but they still got like 4 or 5 regular season games to play, and the only reason why they're playing is for pride and to kind of spoil the playoff team's, position, see if they can catch them lacking, catch them slipping, so they can do, they can get a worse seed in the playoffs. That's this situation right here. Lauren is already out, but she said, since I'm out, let me see if I could just mess up the playoff team's position, and that's Bello and Dominique. She's like, I'm gonna go to this game, I'm gonna go to this date, and I want to see how much I can F up. That's all this was. She was like, I'm gonna see how much it's more really a basketball, but it's football too. Basketball, football, anything. Lauren is already out. already out, but she came to this date with the mission to F something up. To get Bello to say something that's going to have him slip up, and to get Dominique all up in arms. And she succeeded. I think she did a really good job. If that was her goal, she succeeded. She definitely shook the table. Elle did. And also, I think at the end of the day, Lauren is somebody that Bello will probably like, and I think Dominique knows that. And also, Lauren is willing to do what she got to do to keep kicking it with Bello, and Dominique knows that. And so that is the reason why Dominique is so, bothered by it. Ashante, like I said 2 weeks ago, ain't really finna be going through all these hoops, jumping through all these hoops for none of these men, and that includes Bello, the scammer, allegedly, or Darius, the scammer, too, allegedly. So Dominique's not worried about that. Lauren appears to be willing to, move behind the scenes, make little backroom plays, deals, whatever she got to do to keep, entertaining Bello. Dominique knows that because game recognized game. Two people playing games recognize each other. They see each other. Dominique trying to make moves and Lauren making counter moves. So that's why she's so bothered. And Lauren probably ain't going to go away, probably didn't go away. So, yeah, I get the energy. I get why Dominique mad. I get it.
So you're saying, Seaway, like I'm thinking that possibly, she keep on saying, feel like a side chick, feel like a side chick. Have you been here before? One question to her. And it sounded like since you're not eliminating and leaving and have nothing to do with this man, you're willing to play that role. That's what it sounded like.
Because she know Dominique really ain't gonna be the main, so you can't really be a side if somebody ain't the main. She's the quasi main, but she ain't gonna be the main for real. And so, Lauren appears to be playing her part. Wouldn't be me, but she appears to be playing her part. And Dominique is agitated because she already knows that. She knows that Lauren is willing to play her part because most women who were not willing to play their part would have jumped ship when they saw Bello in the bed at the retreat. If I see a man in the bed with another woman in my face at the retreat, sayonara. But the fact that Lauren's still showing up to this date when he was just in the bed with another woman.
Don't forget Ashante showed up at her date too.
But Ashante ain't serious about this. She just here for a good time, not a long time. Lauren is actually dead serious. Ashante she's here for our entertainment right now. I'm not mad at that. Yeah.
I hear you. Any other thoughts on this debacle? Yes, Elsie, go for it.
Do we think, did Bello ever answer Lauren's question?
He said, Lauren, you here, aren't you? Him speak.
I thought he was an open book. I thought he would answer any question that she gave. And he said, answered honestly.
He said, that's why you here. He said, that's why you here. He answered it.
Yeah, that's an answer, non-answer.
Just like he told her last week to be herself, be who you are. Oh, and you about to get eliminated too, so I will speed it up.
Don't go get noticed in the wrong kind of way.
Right. But you see how nervous he was, how he was fidgeting in that seat when she asked him that question?
He looked down. Like he almost looked at Dom. Can I answer that?
Dom looked pissed. You got to show the clip where Dom asked her. That's when I kind of fell in love with Lauren a little bit. And she was like, can you elaborate? And she said, why? That I love that.
Because you said it.
I love that. I loved her response. That's almost as good as Sydney saying Zadia.
Yeah, because Lauren is actually who Bello wants, and Dominique is who Bello is using. So if I'm Dominique, I'm gonna be intimidated by Lauren too. Lauren ain't going nowhere. And if Dominique been dating athletes and stuff like that, she's well aware of the situation of the women who ain't going nowhere.
And then
Lauren
when she
ain't
said,
going
I feel like a side chick, it is what it is. Wow. Remember Dom said that? It is what it is.
Yeah, it definitely is what it is. But her energy should be directed at Bello, because ain't no way that, like Bello said, if he wasn't giving her a reason to be at that date, she wouldn't be at that date. So all that energy directed towards Lauren don't matter. And even if she go home, it don't matter. That ain't ending nothing but a TV show. It don't matter. Lauren ain't going nowhere. Why all this commotion over Bello? I'll never understand. I'll never understand or overstand. He ain't even got enough funds for all this motion. That man ain't even got no funds like that, I'm hearing, allegedly, per the streets. So I just don't even understand, what is all this commotion about? They should be doing all that about Cartier. That's what the one with the 40 acres and a mule. Why are we doing all this about Bello? They need to be where the funds is at. They not hustling right.
It's not only the funds, but just his overall situation, because Ashanti mentioned it in her date with the brother. It's like, hey, you know, how's this co-parenting thing? And we got more information about, you know, the frequency of seeing the daughter. The brother has not met his niece yet. I mean, come on now. We found out a whole lot of information, even though, you know, Ashanti here to play. We found out a whole lot of information, more information on that date. But so Bella's circumstance with, you know, a newborn is something, you know, the average woman would run from.
Didn't we learn this from watching the Titanic, where they taught us on the Titanic that the elite were getting dressed up from old money and status, but they didn't have no money? Didn't we learn the fact that some people give off the appearance of having money, but they ain't got no money and they wear the best suits? The brokest people wear dirty gym shoes, ripped up jeans, and t-shirts. That'd be the people with the most money. And I feel like once you get in your 30s, if you can't tell what an old pimp looks like and a scammer looks like, there's no help for you. As soon as they come in with that pimp speak, the painted on hairlines, the tight suits, the strange stories, the get rich quick schemes, I'm gonna help you with your business, baby. I'm finna do this and that. I got a plan for you. LLC me. I got 5 jobs. I do X, Y, and Z. Timu, Pomeranians. All of this stuff should be a red flag. We are not in our 20s. Nobody in their 20s on this show or on this panel. And darn near not in the comments section. Getting scammed by Detroit. Hell no. Hell no. I don't get it. I don't get it. This is not even a good scam.
And while they're in the midst of the show, they could be researching these folks and finding out exactly what's going on. I mean, play the game, but daggone it.
They need you. They need you to hire you as a consultant to do, because we know you can super sleuth your way into finding anything in a matter of seconds. Chat GPT ain't got nothing on you. So
and if you just want to have fun, be like Ashanti. She ain't bothering nobody. She here, she eating her food, going to her, her skydiving, indoor skydiving, smile, look cute, got her hair done. That's how you just be there for a good time, not a long time. Don't be up there, trying to fake fall in love with people who are allegedly scamming. Don't do that.
Can you show the clip real quick, Kojo? I just enjoy it. So
which part?
The next little clip with Dom and Lauren when she asks Lauren to elaborate.
Why?
And build like an empire together.
How is it being with another connection here now?
I'm fine. I feel great.
Yeah?
I have a question. Because from the last time we talked, you felt like Bello wasn't a connection. So now you do feel like he's a connection now?
Well, I don't feel like I have to answer to you about
not to me, but you said it in front of everybody. So
do you think Bello's a strong connection then? among
He
your
has
other
a strong
connections?
connection for sure.
I think I went too far, right? It's a bit further back, isn't it? I went too far, right?
He's never satisfied. He's always trying to shoot for the next thing. Like how I see us together is I'm a multiplier, being supportive and being understanding of what it takes and build like an empire together.
How is it being with another connection here now?
I'm fine. I feel great.
Yeah?
Like
I have a question. Because from the last time we talked, you felt like Bello wasn't a connection. So now you do feel like.
Oh, no.
Hello.
Sorry.
Oh, how are you? I'm good. How is everyone? Publicly kissed Dominique, slept in this room.
I think you're the right fit for Miss Bello.
One thing I love about Bello is he's never satisfied. He's all.
I don't know where that clip is. I think I missed it, guys.
It's after the Ashante segment.
Oh, it's after. That's why I missed it. Because
He makes solid decisions too quickly, and Dom says, "Elaborate."
Okay, fantastic.
Continuing the connection.
Do I see myself with Dominique in the future? Absolutely. As she says, we go together. And I think...
What does that mean, we go together?
Bello's already met my mama and my dad. He talked to them on the phone.
Okay.
My dad loves him.
With Lauren, I feel there's a connection. It's just been fleeting because of the up and down.
I sometimes feel like he made some solid decisions way too early in the game without going through the process fully and experiencing everything.
Elaborate.
Why?
You said
do I
it.
have to? I'm just explaining. I feel like a side chick.
It is what it is. If a person interested, they gonna show you they interested. Ain't no.
There it is. Cut that tension with a knife.
She said, "Why?"
She said, "Why?
She said, "It's
I'll
self-explanatory."
use that.
That's why I love. I'm telling you, I love me a black woman, boy, because they go just the little finger. I love that. Why?
You know what? Lauren has given us sound bites this because I got to make a sound bite of Donna saying her name when she went into the date with Vince and the brother. When Donna said Lauren. But yeah, I will use that in our in our panels. Elaborate.
Why?
You better explain.
It's somebody. Anytime somebody.
Because you said it. Because you said it.
Why do I gotta explain it to you?
Because you said it. It is what it is.
It ain't for you. She said it ain't for you. I'm not talking. That was such a nice way of saying, a better way of saying, I don't know how nice it was, but I'm not talking to you.
Well, she said that when she first came in, Sean. I'm not talking to you. When Dom was like, "How are you?" She's like, "I'm fine. How's everybody?"
Yeah, I don't think Dom knew how to handle that. Dom didn't know what to do.
I wonder how much pushback Dom is used to getting.
She's probably used to not getting that much, you know. What do they call the Regina George effect, you know? So she's used to the ladies probably falling in line because they want to be in her aura. But Lauren was
elaborate,
like,
Sean.
Not today. Why?
Y'all are cutting up. Y'all are cutting up.
Because last time you said it in front of everybody.
Well, listen, this ain't that. This ain't last time. This is this time.
They said, "Listen,
she wouldn't. I bet she wouldn't have packed Lauren out of that room like she did Shannon. Packed Shannon right up. Lauren would have been like, "Really?"
You're like, "Why?"
Yeah. I suggest you find another room.
She knew who to play with. And I guess that's what it is. Some people know who to play with. Do you know what I mean? Like, they know they can do certain things to and who they can't do certain things to. Do you get me? And Dom was like anybody else. She knew who she can disrespect and who she can't. Unfortunately, Shannon was a casualty of war, in that space.
But interesting that Bello doesn't tell the entire encounter in the men's lounge that we saw.
In what regard?
When we get to the men's lounge, Bello did not say that his brother chose the other two ladies and that Dom is ready to, fight, go head to head with anyone who breathes around him. I mean, he didn't tell. We didn't hear that.
That wouldn't go along with it. Why would I? Even if he did, I doubt he did, but they may have cut it off. But that's not going to go with the scheme that Todd set up.
Well, you see how well Todd's scheme is working for him.
It's working well. He waited 11 years on purpose.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So,
with Georgia, yes.
I mean, time will tell how that scheme worked, because 11 years ain't accidental. And a lot of mutual income, a lot of mutual businesses, a lot of mutual stuff in that 11 years. So I think
a lot of entanglements.
A lot of entanglements. I think that scheme worked out pretty well, if you ask me.
I got you. Okay. All right. I definitely hear that. I'm rocking with you in that space. Okay. Any other thoughts on that? Is that it?
But let's see. I would love to show the clip where the brother gives him the feedback.
Oh yeah, I got you.
Because we can't say it's editing how we're seeing Dom.
That's actually true as well. Because he actually says that he feels like she's like fighting or whatever.
Girl, I walked away frustrated.
With Dominique.
Okay.
She can be very possessive, ready to throw hands to anyone that even breathes your air. You know what I mean?
Come on, man.
It's true. Like that's kind of how it like.
Lauren was doing more than breathing air today. When she was good.
Wait, did he say Lauren was doing more than breathing air today?
Yeah, that's what he said. And she was good.
Hands to anyone that even breathes your air. You know what I mean?
Come on, man.
It's true. Like that's kind of how it like.
Lauren was doing more than breathing air today. When she was good.
She was like, like calm. And
Lauren was doing more than breathing air today, and she's good. So basically saying that Dominique wasn't that bad. When a nigga hates you, golly.
Yeah, he can't even. He's another one. He's not gonna, because and a lot of times that's how people mess up too, because when they see that energy, like he sees that as, oh, she's fighting for me. She knows what she wants. Yeah, you like it now because you're being fought over. There's a lot of guys that get off on that when they feel like women are fighting over them. But that same energy will get turned on you when she's really pissed at you. So for right now, she wants to lure you in. So she's fighting, but just you wait. Just you wait, good brother.
But remember, Bello also in his confessional says he categorizes it in a very interesting way. Do I go with, Ashanti and Lauren, or do I honor the one who's been consistent, Dominique? Interesting choice of words.
I think obviously, yeah. I think he's locked in with Dominique in it, so there's nothing that the brother can say. He's all the way gone. One's there where you've gone too far, you can't come back. It's almost like I've made my bed in hell, guys. I've just got to keep going. You know what I'm saying, Chu? I've made my bed in hell, and so unfortunately, that's a difficulty, man. That's a difficulty in that particular aspect. And so I think he's got his mind made up in terms of what he has as an image of what he wants to pursue, what he's going to get out of it. He's got a plan. That brother's got a plan, and he's going to follow it through, and nothing his brother can say. That's how he can actually reduce all accountability for Dom to zero and apply the accountability to Lauren. Man reversed the damage and put it onto Lauren as if Lauren did something wrong, and she was the one that was being pressed. by Dominique. Like, bro, that amount of gaslighting cannot be happening, bro. That's crazy. Especially when you didn't make it clear. That is crazy. That's crazy. Any other thoughts to this situation?
Oh, somebody said in the chat, I guess he must have did some interview behind the scenes that the oxtails weren't that good.
Golly. They must be beefing.
Yeah, now that the business agreement has ran out, now the oxtails ain't good. Boy, bye.
You know, look how the tides have turned. It don't take much. Darius was ready to kick Ashley to the curb and pick up Shantae, talking about I think they left for a reason. Now they left so they can give us a chance to connect with his Dr. Seuss rhymes and rhythms. And now Bello is talking about them oxtails wasn't good. Listen, that food looked good to me. I'm sorry.
He said Bello said he trusts
women. I mean, better men for this show. They have to, because this is just not gonna work.
Then he talk about he gonna bring his brother for his birthday to Miami to see the baby. What?
Well, he said he trusts his brother's judgment, but he's going to trust his own discernment. And I was like, Bello, we got a glaring time when your discernment wasn't always on point. But yeah, and the brother was not enthused to hear about going to Miami, considering that's, that was the old stomping grounds for me to go meet my niece.
And on your birthday.
On my birthday.
That's wild. What you talk about? That is his brother. Would y'all cut it out? That's Bello brother. So yeah, I don't know. They locked in, but for how long is the question, huh?
I have a question before Kojo changes. Do you think good men will ever do Ready to Love again? Do you think Ready to Love and these dating shows will ever get good men?
Kojo said, why?
I mean, because Sean, I know you're going for.
Elaborate.
Wow, we've been drawn in. I don't know. I mean, listen, I think it's a tough sell. It's hard to get men on any kind of dating show, in general. But I think it's even tougher having them on Ready to Love, because I think, again, the scheduling, the timing, but also as well, like I don't know, it's just difficult for them being on these shows. And usually the people they pick, the job title isn't the job title, bro. But yeah, when will they have it again? I don't know, man. I don't know if they'll, I think is anybody decent on this episode this season? Oh, it's not really that decent on this season, is there really? Really and truly, it depends on the way that they're gonna also cast, isn't it? If they're gonna still cast appropriately, are they gonna cast actual good men instead of just choosing people that are psychologically tapped? This is what you're looking for. You're looking for tapped people. You're looking for people that psychologically don't pass that test in the way that they need to. So, I think that's a conscious decision to choose people that the psych eval is choosing those people. You know what I mean? And looking for profiles. So, yeah, I don't know if they ever will find good men like that going forward. It's not built to find good men. That's not what the show's for. So,
that's tough.
That is.
There was some. We had some solid brothers representing.
Back in the day, yeah.
Especially from we're gonna rep DC and the DC seasons hard.
And in many cases, quality is subjective, because some of the men that have found love on the show, whether I would term them as quality is a different story.
What about your favorites in Dallas? No, that was Houston. Seaway.
Who?
Your favorite?
The preacher's kid?
Let's bring down the
David?
strength in the room.
David?
Yeah, that's your all-time. Isn't that your all-time favorite person? Your favorite dude from Ready to Love?
Yep. And he definitely was not ready to love then. I don't know about now.
Again, we need an all-star Ready to Love resort. Pull people from all the different seasons to a resort.
David was definitely my fave. He definitely was my fave. I think he got married. Or he got somebody. I don't know his situation now. Something's going on with him.
Miss Lewis, let's not. Please. That stunt? No.
Well, Mario, Tundi, and Riva. I don't think Mario has forgiven me ever since I talked about how bad I thought it was their behavior. But he's still with her, so I can't even be mad. They've been gone for a little while, Mario and
Yeah, she's
and Riva.
10 years a girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn.
So they locked in. 2 weddings, Clifton and Joy, and then most recently
Sabrina.
Cornelius and Camille.
Oh, Sabrina
Hey,
and
what's his face married too?
Who?
Sabrina and,
Sabrina and Walter. They were from
Walter, yeah.
2 different seasons. Yeah.
They also got married as well, which is so powerful, man. So I guess he gave up, needed maintenance.
Sabrina Soul.
Oh yes, we saw yes with
Sabrina Soul. She just got married to somebody on YouTube.
yes. And
J-Dubs.
J-Dubs. Shout out to J-Dubs, who had been on his platform a couple of times in the last few years before that. Yes.
But they may not be. Both have been on Ready to Love, but they met through Ready to Love in the reviews.
Yeah.
So.
we got 4. It's not bad.
How does that count?
Because they
That counts.
met because of Ready to Love. Like Sabrina Soul and J-Dubs met because of Ready to Love.
Okay.
They weren't on the show together, but they met through their mutual love of the show and the reviews of the show.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're talking about true Ready to Love marriages, yes, there's 3. And that would be 3B would be Sabrina and J-Dub, if we want to be technical about it. Are Mario and Riva married? Somebody keeps saying Mario and Riva. Did they? I don't think they got married. Did they get married?
So Sean, if you get married, we gonna count you too.
I was never on Ready to Love. There's a difference.
If Kojo get married,
if I married a woman from Ready to Love, yes, then I could be like a subcategory.
Okay.
And don't fill in any names, because
Well, I was coming with some names.
I know, and that's why I wanted to just cut it off right before we start.
Nah, if you marry somebody,
don't get nothing started, please.
This list is
Should I
expansive.
Should I listen to the deacon, y'all, and not give any names?
Please don't. I beg of you.
Yeah, don't get no names.
Kojo, we are moving. Who are we moving on to? There's too much dead space.
You done added too much to this list.
Vincent Dunno. Let me get him.
No, that is not coming from the space that it probably landed.
But I'm still Vince. So some of the times you got to say like, hey, stop. And then if we both are compromising, that makes for a beautiful situation.
That is exactly what I'm saying. What he's asking is, even if I get my feelings hurt because of something that he said or I'm offended, I know where he's coming from. And I actually.
So I see you getting a little nippy out here.
That's what I'm for.
Girl, don't you dare threaten me with a good time.
I didn't think you were.
It's kind of cold.
I feel good about the one-on-one time. I feel like it's very lax.
Donna, Vince, their situation. Want to know your thoughts?
There's a lid for every pot.
Damn.
There's a lid for every pot. And at the end of the day, if Vince is ever gonna find love, somebody like Donna is probably his best bet. Only thing that's gonna F that up is that timeline she got. Which ain't gonna work with Vince because you ain't gonna speed Vince up. You can't even get him to stop talking, so you definitely not gonna be able to speed Vince up. But I really don't understand. Basically trying to find some understanding for the fact that he's gonna be mean to you sometimes, but I know when he mean to me, he don't mean it like that. That's the craziest ish I've ever heard. I don't know what she be talking about. She don't be making sense to me.
Well, I'll go next. I know El Cid has a little social media friendship with Donna, so maybe she can give us some clarity into what's going on here, because I'm like literally confused, because I thought Donna had a little more, wits to be pursuing Vince. And then the setup was, to me, it's like when she was in that clip talking about he wants to see if he says something wrong, how I'm going to react. That's already, so you're already saying like you're going to talk reckless. He's like preparing her for how he's about to be reckless with his mouth. So I'm understanding why she is willing to accept the treatment, and saying, kind of almost giving the impression she has thick skin. I don't know if she's just playing. I can't quite tell, because I know Donna's a very smart woman, so I don't know if she's just going along to get along. But this timeline, is she trying to scare? If she's trying to scare Vince away and do like the quiet quitting, when people quiet quit their job, they just do little things to set themselves up to either be terminated or to let you know they're leaving. So maybe she's saying things, because otherwise it doesn't make sense to me. He's called another woman the B word. She's kind of brushed that off and said, well, it wasn't her. He don't talk to her like that. She's ignoring some of the red flags with him. They don't seem to be aligned. He really can give or take having kids or not. And you need to be all in to want to have kids. Although he's not the one giving birth to them, you still want to be all in, because are you going to be a present parent, or are you just going to be a donor? Like, there's just so many things that are just don't align with me. So I don't know. Is she just willing to, I don't know. I have more questions than I have answers.
Okay, let me start off with some nice things. What I did like is she was telling Vince, that he can come closer. His advancement is acceptable. Okay. When he's like, oh, are your pants seat worthy? She's like, I could sit, that's what your lap is for. She's letting him know subtly, or, with a whole brick, that, hey, you can come closer. You can come within my personal space. Now, in listening to y'all, I have to say, as a, y'all know here that my mouth, sometimes has no lid. Okay. So I have been like the Vince. I have been saying some things in a particular manner. Is not how I say, it's how you take it, even in a relationship. So I have been there. It's like telling, my significant other, my intention is not to hurt you. It may come off, I may be blunt with it, but the intent is to help, not to hurt. So I could understand where their conversation was going. And sometimes a person does need to learn to tweak their delivery. And that's why I kind of see it a little bit differently, because I can say some stuff in really slick manners, and I'm like, Well, it wasn't that bad. Y'all see me here on this panel sometimes, and I'm like, wait a minute, I didn't see it that bad. I didn't say it that bad. I was gentle. And you're like, no, that wasn't gentle. So again, I'm thinking look at beyond actually what I'm saying. Tell me that I did hurt you. Tell me it landed in a way that did hurt you. And then I need to change my delivery, but understand my intention in this relationship is not to hurt you. But the trick is that Vince, the person who is talking in that manner, needs to adjust their language. If your language is landing and hurting the person that you are involved with, it's not going to work. You got to change up, tweak it, make sure it lands in a loving manner. But yes, I could understand this conversation because I have had it before. Again, I have said some stuff that I think isn't that bad, but the person receiving it is like, nah, girl, that didn't land right. I know you don't intend to hurt. That's why I'm even having this conversation with you, but you did hurt me. So I'm coming at this at a different angle because again, these people don't know each other and they have to learn how to communicate with each other. And, you know, though I'm like, it does grate my nerves a little bit, you know, other circumstances like her timeline, children, those things. My thing is, as Seaway said, there's a lid for every pot. If they can work through their communication issues, maybe. But then again, what's going to happen when Donna does want to debate? How is Vince going to handle that kind of pushback? I haven't seen that. All I saw is Donna say, hey, it takes two to debate. But what happens when it's something that she really wants to debate about? How are they going to communicate with each other? And they both have said communication is something they need to work on. So I really don't know. But again, it's if they want to even work on it.
Well, I definitely hear you. I definitely hear that. I think obviously, like I said earlier on, Vince and Donna. I think Donna needs to, you know, watch herself a little bit because Vince will take an inch and then a mile and then the whole world if he could, right? And what he's basically saying is, I want you to protect you from me. You know what I'm saying, too? So if Donna is smart, she's going to make sure she's paying attention and she's not going to allow Vince to maneuver and wiggle out and be unaccountable in his behavior because he wants to put it on her to hold him accountable. And as a grown-ass individual, you need to be accountable for yourself and the choices you make, not someone else being accountable and trying to hold you down for it. So I definitely feel in this situation, I also feel like Vince doesn't like her. The reason why I'm like, why when you really like the person, you're going to tell them to try and hold you accountable? You know what I mean? Like you're settling. So I think Vince needs to leave Donna alone, but I don't think he will. Because again, Donna's open to him. And like I said, I think Donna's got her own game she's playing. If I'm honest with you, I think she's got her own game, her own end goal. And I think she's got her own agenda that she's got running alongside it. Like she will complete her mission, even though it looks like you won, she gonna win in the end. Because she's planned and plotted what she actually wants. So he should be careful. You know what I mean? Should be careful. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm gonna say. You know, any other thoughts, guys, from the panelists?
It's 2026, Donna. Are we engaged?
Damn. That's a bit of a tight one to do. Very tight one.
Well, I'm looking forward to the reunion. I'm looking forward to the reunion.
What are you looking forward to that?
Where everybody shakes out.
What do you think is going to be said?
Oh, I just want to see who lands with who. Well, obviously, we're going to see we should see the bridge next. This is the next episode coming. And then we'll see who chose who. And then the reunion will show who did what happened where, what gaps, and then who's still together or not. But are you gonna show the elimination?
Which one?
Lauren.
Both Lauren. Sorry, when I say which one, I meant like in which conversation, because I know only one person was eliminated, but I was thinking because they had a conversation in the end, my bad. I know you said elimination, but all I heard was the very end.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because then, like, they're the two that are at the bottom. Sorry, I heard the bottom. That's what I meant.
Gotcha. Because that's it, right? There's nothing else. I mean, they show. I don't know if y'all talked about Ashante.
Ashante, so go for it.
Because there was a scene with Ashante and
Darius.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't spoke about that. Did we speak about Darius and Ashley? We did in the beginning, right?
Yeah, we definitely, because that's what I came in on.
So if I'm up, they gotta be up.
They said you sleepy, coach.
They're not right. They're not wrong. They're not wrong. I'm running on 4 hours sleep. Okay. Okay. Cool. Well, obviously it was Lauren that was eliminated, right?
Mm-hmm.
In that essence. So we'll do that. I'll get the Lauren clip for you guys in terms of her conversation with.
They want to see Darius's last coat in the men's lounge.
The gorilla.
Not the.
Oh, I got a clip for that, Sean, coming up.
Oh no!
Men's lounge, or the one that he had in the elimination.
In the men's lounge, I guess, was that the men's lounge that he was in?
The last men's lounge. But do it when they're walking in. When he's walking in, you get the full from the feet going all the way up. You got to get that one.
Look what Under the Olive Branches said.
Oh wow! Okay, yeah, I can see the coat. Okay, hold on. That's a beautiful coat, though. It's a beautiful coat. Hold on. There we go. I got a little clip for you. There we go.
Tommy, my fellow Bello. What's up, my man? Vince.
Sir.
How are you, man? This is definitely Detroit. You know I had to bring the gorilla out this time. The gorilla. What's going on, brother? This is the final men's lounge.
I can't lie, the gorilla coat is hard. I'd rock it. Can't even lie to you. I would rock it. It's a cold ass jacket. That would be so powerful in the snow. My God.
Coach, get the hell on.
That coat is a powerful coat.
He would wear it, Sean.
Horrific.
No, that coat
and it is not no gorilla.
Cold.
If that was a good, first of all, that is an endangered species. You cannot wear gorilla skin. That is insane.
Sean, it's not really gorilla skin. We know. He just, again, it's a beast of a coat.
I just want to be clear that for anybody that would even say that is nuts.
It's vocabulary, Sean. I have heard it before with that style coat. I'm sorry. Yes. Sorry.
I have never heard of nobody refer to no coat as I'm wearing gorilla.
No, not you're wearing gorilla, but it's, you know what? You ain't going to understand. That's okay.
It's encompassing the animal in the sense of the energy, the way the style of the coat, which I get it. Yeah. And it's a cold coat. I'm sorry. That coat looks good. Of all the coats that he's worn, I think that's probably the best coat he's worn.
I guess. I'll give him that.
It's a cold.
If it was a little shorter, I might have liked it. If it was bomber length.
Oh, I don't like that.
Yeah,
can't be a gorilla
if it was bomber length. That full length coat down to your ankles. Not really for me, but I get it. You know, I'm not gonna say it's not a nice coat. I guess, you know, I've been up in arms since he's been strewn animals all over himself, and I just see that, and I see the ecosystem. I see that, and I think about the gorillas in the mist. You know, they share our DNA. I wouldn't even play like that.
I mean, that coat.
Well, that was this is probably the nicest looking violation of PETA that I have seen. This is Move Rainbow. This is actually a nice looking coat. I'm not gonna lie, it's a nice looking coat. But I'm tired of him. To be honest. I'm never a hater though. So I'm always gonna keep it 100. It's a nice looking coat. And you know, the fit, this is one of his best fits. But at the end of the day, his obsession with the death of animals is bizarre. But yeah.
Yeah. I can say that, you know, it was a solid look. Yeah, for sure. What cracked me up was Tommy saying, "This is definitely Detroit."
Yep. But you know what folks also call a gorilla style coat is, you know, if a woman wears that type of black coat, but it's the long hair, that is also called a gorilla coat. Sorry.
That must be a term beyond me, because I've never heard.
But do they even get rid of do? I didn't know we get gorilla fur.
We don't. That's what
new?
El Cid was. You weren't listening to El Cid.
I was, but I didn't understand.
She said it's not about gorilla. It's a term to.
No, I heard her, but I'm saying
So they don't.
I know it.
They can't. That's you can't even do that. They're an endangered species. They could never do that. I mean, I'm sure maybe somewhere in the regions of the world, some person may have done it, but that's not a thing you can just buy. You would literally go to jail.
Literally in all corners of the world.
Yeah,
you would.
gorillas cannot be hunted at all.
Right.
Yeah, at all. They're highly, highly protected. They said you tussling with Rainbow. You didn't hear. See what?
Was he over here trying to eat my hamburger? Not gonna do that.
Yeah, it's just as long, you know, it's black and it gives, you know, a broad posture like a gorilla would. I mean, you know, again, you know, it's not made of gorilla or made to even impersonate a gorilla's, you know, skin or the fur that they have. It's not, but it's made for, you know, it gives that kind of like big posture kind of thing. But no, I have a short coming up because I took a slow-mo of Ashanti coming in her coat that looked good. And I'm going to put it, you know, head to head with Mr. Darius.
What I will say is that they would be writing paragraphs about us in the after comments and the after live, but most of them don't even get this far. I don't even think so. I think we're safe. Because if I got to go through one more live of people talking about we ain't worried about PETA, y'all too sensitive, I can't. So his coat looks nice.
As a side note question, is Camille and Cornelia still together?
What you say, Kojo?
Is Camille and Cornelia still together?
Whispering.
Camille and Cornelius, are they still together?
Just
you can't hear.
That's a side conversation. Don't.
I'm just saying, I went on to Instagram and they don't follow each other, so I'm wondering if I'm blocked.
Kojo.
Oh.
Let's talk about this later.
But isn't it RTL business?
You know, I mean, you might as well put it out there now. Why you over here trying to cover it?
No. We don't want to do that. We do not.
I'm asking the question.
Well, you do it.
I'm asking the question because I can't see them following each other anymore.
Somebody said he with Corey now. Which Corey?
The chat is answering for you.
There's nothing to spill because I'm just looking at Instagram.
There are people in the chat that have comments.
All they saying in the comments is spill the tea. That's all I see in the comments. I don't see nobody actually spilling it.
Earlier in though, some people were saying that they're not together anymore.
CXM is saying it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, someone was saying that they had heard that they weren't sure. So,
I mean,
I don't want to perpetuate anything, but I just got on Camille's good side. I'm not trying to get off it. And Kojo, she's still on you, so I would just.
She's always been on me. It says it ain't going to change. That Moses, stay where I am. Do you get me?
Oh no! Don't go. Don't make it worse.
Didn't they actually get married though? They got married.
They did. They got married.
Yeah, but there's nothing on their page anymore, so I don't know. So,
not the wedding on the show. They did get married. You know, beyond the show.
Yes,
they had a legal ceremony, beyond the show.
Yeah, it's a shame because
that's sad.
no matter who they are, marriages breaking up is never nice. So that is a shame if it didn't work. But anyway,
well, sorry to hear
anyway,
that.
sorry. Yeah, sorry to hear that. Obviously the last why I showed on his lip. Anyway, the last clip we're gonna break now is Lauren. Sorry, not Lauren. I keep saying Lauren.
Her elimination moment.
Are you talking about? But what is Kojo talking about? Are you trying to go to Ashante?
No.
Are you trying to get to the
Lauren,
very
Lauren,
end?
Yeah, sorry. The very end. Sorry, apologies. It is Lauren. It is Lauren. I don't know why my brain was. She looked good in the red though, you know. Can't lie to you. I think I'm developing a little bit of a crush on Lauren. It's a little bit of a crush.
Oh, are you discovering that? That's going to get your.
I know. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but it might be because.
Elaborate.
Why?
Kojo likes this. He likes anybody with the spice, and he and I are similar in that context because that's how Lauren won me over a little bit too. I like her spice.
Yeah,
you know, she's snappy with it. I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
I mean, she stood up herself against Dominique.
Look at her head cocked to the side. That looks like quiet is going. She gonna give me a good time. You know, she gonna give me a good run for my money.
You showed up looking good. You showed up looking good to this eliminate.
And the red orange. She had her cock to the side. That's like Negro. Now what? It's just me and
Tell
you.
me something.
So next time we say y'all like toxic, we have another name to add to the list.
I'm just saying, you know what? Yeah, you know what? You're right. You're probably right. I ain't gonna argue with you. You're right. You know,
You gonna eliminate me?
And look, he's trying. He's like, no, baby, no, baby. Wait. Listen to me. He got his hands. Let me try to explain. She like,
you stumbling?
I like a woman that can put me under a little bit of pressure, you know? Make me stutter a little. That lets you know I care.
Tyra World said Bello be dressing. You like his style? You like his style, girl? I don't know.
What, Bello? She did say she liked his jacket. His jacket is cold though.
She like his style.
Yeah, this look here.
The jacket he's got is cold.
This is sharp. I gotta get a brother.
Yeah, the jacket is cold.
Did you like his suit in the men's lounge too?
No, I'm really not a fan of Pepto.
It takes a strong man to do it. He did it well, but it takes a strong
and
man
the canary yellow one in the beginning.
It takes a strong man to do it. I keep saying it.
Yeah, I don't like
dark
bold
chocolate,
colors like that.
He can pull it. He's of dark chocolate substance, so you know what? It can work for him. Those
screaming. Kojo, why you always gotta do so much?
What did I say?
You can never not do so much.
Like you just go just a bridge too far. Here you go.
Do you not think it worked for him? I think it worked for him. I don't know.
No,
I mean, I don't think everyone can do it. The beard is bit, you know. Oh, that's a chocolate substance. Wow.
No, somebody said, would I like to provoke? No, I'm never going to provoke you. I just like when the moment arises that you can give me a little go for my gusto.
Moment arise equal poke. That's what moment arise means, poke.
No, it doesn't. It means when things naturally happen, you know?
Yeah, pokes naturally happen too.
And from the queen of pokes, you should know too, because you're good.
That's exactly why I'm saying it.
No, I don't like to be intentionally harangued, nor do I do that to anybody else. Now, if the moment arises, I say something that rubs somebody the wrong way, or I misspeak. Yeah, I like a lady who's just gonna be like, you know, tell me about myself a little bit. I don't mind.
Give me a dress down. Okay. All right. Let's put those kids.
This is not after dark, guys.
What y'all talking
At
about?
the ladies' lounge, when you speak to somebody's character, that's a different conversation.
I never said he has poor character. I said I question the character when A, B, C, and D happen. And to me, that is valid.
I also believe in protection.
What I do that was damaging you?
Well, when a man repeats back to me that she did not feel safe with you.
Yeah, because at that point, I was over you.
Yeah, but I didn't try to
At
draw.
the end of the day, you opened the door.
So in that case, we both did something that wasn't necessarily right. So can we be transparent with each other?
Yeah, I feel like we can. I just want to feel safe.
I could work on my delivery.
and I'll work on my grace because
Oh,
I
my
do
God.
go off.
Yes. When you asked, what about our connection?
Mhm.
And I didn't want Dominique to feel like we didn't have anything.
I thought you guys were married. She's literally talking about he FaceTimes my mom and dad, and we got a wedding date planned. And all I asked was, do we still have a connection? Because I was confused. I'm like, all you had to say was yes.
I love both of those scenes. And Ashley was doing so good until she folded.
I know she
was doing
folded
so good. And then I guess I can work on mine. Nah, she was doing good. She did that thing where black women, they flick their hair. Ooh, I loved it. I was mesmerized. She was like, you open the door. I was like, yes.
I just love when
Then
I
she
see
folded.
women faced with gaslighting and they stand up against it. Like both of these women were being grade A gaslit and they said, no, that's what you're not finna do. I loved it. That's how you have to stand your ground. You have to stand your ground.
Lauren stood hers
You
though,
have to.
C-Way. Ashley folded.
Lauren stood her. She did. But the problem is that I just feel like no matter what happens, she's still finna be entertaining Bello. You standing your ground, but it gotta mean something. Like, what we doing? You standing your ground, but you know, once you stand your ground, you can't entertain. But I do like how she, you know, she didn't let him manipulate. I really do like that.
I'll definitely hear that.
Lauren should have left after the retreat. You know, she should have held to her boundary, her belief. If you stayed in that room overnight, we done. And she didn't. Okay. So the other thing is with this whole, and I forgot it, Dom say, oh, he spoke to my parents. Devin did too. And you told him it wasn't no thing. So why is it a big thing now that Bello spoke to your family when they were, you know, you were on the phone? But anyway, interesting. Isn't it interesting? Bello, now you don't want Dom to feel some kind of way. Dom is the one that was rearing up in the conversation with your brother. So you didn't want Dom to feel some kind of way. That's where Lauren would say, I think y'all are married, because now all of a sudden you have care for her feelings and nobody else's. There's another thing he said in there that struck me as weird, and I just forgot about it. But the Darius and Ashley, she did step up. She was stepping up, and I know where Darius is going. I have to hear from another man in the men's lounge that you were not feeling safe with me. I don't want to hear about my dirty laundry from somebody else. That's where Darius was going, and I understand that part. And we have to be mindful of exactly who we share with, because clearly Vince is not the one to share with, because he will then tell that you shared with him. No bueno. If you was keeping your confidence, you wouldn't have said a daggone thing in the men's lounge or otherwise. Oh, this is what Bello said that I thought. Why is Bello sitting up here with all the bass in his voice saying, in the women's lounge, you would try to destroy my character? Sir, really? Really? Why are you bringing up what is said in the women's lounge, secondhand information? You know, and then Tommy, I'm sorry, don't you tell these people not to share? So why, when you heard from Bello what was happening in the women's lounge, why you didn't check it in the men's lounge when you heard it? That's why people don't adhere to what happens in the lounge stays in the lounge. Because when you clearly hear people violate that, Tommy, you ain't checking them. So I'm sorry, you know, all of them playing in our face.
What I know you skipped that part. I forgot. Yes, Vince obviously brought up information about saying that Ashley wasn't safe in that space as well. What's your guys' thoughts on that as well? I know, Elsa, thank you for reminding me on that. He did actually bring that up, and it turned into a little bit of a hickey. You know, I don't like everything that Vince does, but you know, the fact that he brought it up, maybe he should not brought up, I don't know, but I'm glad he did, because it made Darius have to kind of like step back a little bit and look at his own behavior. You know what I'm saying to you? I know he tried to make it as if like, you know, Vince was gossiping, but it needed to be said because, of course, I think Darius might have thought he was okay, but clearly he's not okay. You know, I mean, clearly Ashley's not okay with the situation. I hope that Ashley was clear cut with that as well, because of course we saw her earlier scenes. But what do you guys think about the Vince obviously saying to Darius about, you know, about the fact that Ashley wasn't safe in that instance?
I mean, the outcome was good. The outcome was good, but his intent, I don't believe, was good. I think he was having a dick measuring contest with Darius, and he wanted him to know that his girl came to talk to him. That his girl was up on the phone with him complaining about, you know, what they got going on.
Deacon? You blinking mighty hard, Deacon.
My flabber was gasted.
About what? I'm confused.
The demeasuring comment.
What you just said? Do you hear the words that are coming out of your mouth? To quote Chris, I forgot.
What you talking about? I thought something happened.
Your demeasuring comment. It did.
You have.
What's wrong with that?
You're unfiltered.
That's a regular
that
statement.
Rarely uses profanity.
Oh, I didn't think that was a curse word.
It's not. I mean, cursing is not. It's just usually more demure. You're not very. That painted quite a picture.
Oh, that's just like what people say.
No, to answer the chat, no, she didn't call Vince. What the moment said, Vince said he saw her upset. He asked her, "Are you okay?" And she just let it out. She was crying and just started talking to him and sharing. I guess she needed a moment of release and to talk about it. Clearly, Ashley, you know, you had that moment earlier with Bello. Clearly, Bello would, you know, hold your confidence, but Vince told it.
Child, I thought there was something wrong with Sean's screen. I thought he was glitching. Then I was like, oh, there must be something in his eye.
Glitching, friend. I thought you had dust in your eye. I was like, what's going on with Sean? I hope you're okay. No, I had stress. I had stress all over. Because
that's just a common phrase.
I was just a little shell-shocked by how effortlessly you just let that roll off your tongue and just went on about your day like it was you were saying the ABCs.
She's still going about her day, Sean.
She's still going about it, right? Like she ain't said nothing but Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. You would think that's all she said up here.
I'm screaming. Under the olive branches says, I thought it was Morse code. Child, me too. I was like, what's happening?
Morse code.
Exactly. ABCD.
Emphasis on the D. All right. Well, listen.
Meanwhile, I didn't even get to finish my statement, but what I was going to say.
Sorry, Lawrence. Go ahead.
Yeah. What I was going to say is that was just the way, and I feel like y'all can speak to this. He was just trying to let another man know that that he was talking to his girl. There was no good intentions about that whatsoever.
I want to make it clear that Ashley and I never had a connection.
But she letting me know she don't feel safe with you, bro. Yeah.
So they're setting us up to understand why Darius was shaking the table at his little outburst with Vince.
For the big fight.
Jay say so. I'm from Queens, so I never left Brooklyn. There's a distinction. There's another one of our panelists that is from BK, but I am from Queens. Okay.
And I left Brooklyn a long time ago, but you can't take Brooklyn out of the girl. So
well, they saying it did.
Let's just get our borough distinctions very clear. I'm from Queens.
They said Brooklyn left.
The Queens
exactly. It really do
will not be tolerated. Okay?
It really do, actually.
Listen, it's a borough of distinction, so don't get down on Queens, okay?
Y'all better tell them I'm from Chicago. That's just how we talk. We don't need nothing about it at all. Now, I am very demure most of the time, but I don't know. That's just what I felt like they was doing. So I just felt that in my heart.
Not you thought I was from Charleston, South Carolina. Girl, I am not demure.
Don't listen to When in Rome. She is trolling. She's trolling.
Elsie give like she from Galveston or something. That's what it is.
They're saying you're a Southern Belle.
No. I tried, but no.
Texas. It gives Tennessee.
Yeah, I don't know. I felt two different ways. I come from two different minds about that whole Ashley, Vince, Darius thing. In this process, I understood because it wasn't like she called up Vince on the phone. I guess he was wherever, she ran into him. This is how they explained it. She ran into him after, right after the incident, and she told him whatever. So that part I get. I kind of wish, I wouldn't like that if I'm dating and a woman goes to somebody else, that's not like a friend or family member of hers, but somebody that we know mutually and kind of talks about the situation. I probably wouldn't be too thrilled about that. I understand a little bit the nuance of the situation they're in. I think Vince did a halfway decent job of prefacing it. I know, C-Way, you have your opinion, but he did say, like, she's not a connection of mine. I'm not saying that at all. I just happened to, he did explain as he led up into it. But I think it probably would be best that if you're in possession of that information, just to kind of you don't need to go back and tell the person, yeah, she really was upset. You know what I mean? Like, I think if it did happen, he shouldn't be the one telling the other dude, hey, I found out this, or I knew this, and especially in a group setting in front of other people. So, yeah.
Definitely hear that. Okay. Any other thoughts, guys?
I'm rambling. Katie said I'm rambling.
Katie always does that.
That's what happens when you're too busy glitching. Because you was glitching, now your system thrown off.
No, I had a lot of competing thoughts about that particular scenario.
We heard.
What is Sean?
Oh my God.
Talking about that?
Why?
They said wrap it up.
Grammy music.
I'm a metaphor.
But at least they feel close enough with you, Sean, that people gonna tell you, please wrap this up, Sean. You and we got it.
Mm-hmm. Don't worry, guys. We're gonna get to our last words. Okay, don't worry about that. We're gonna get to our last words. Leave him a little AI clip. I
promise y'all, this is my last word today. You said that last time, Pastor.
It's our last words. Okay. All right. It's our last words. So we're gonna go straight to the benediction. Okay, we're gonna go straight to our benediction. Thank you very much.
It is time for the benediction, ladies and gentlemen.
Master Sean, do what you do best before I fall asleep.
Elsie is so unimpressed at this AI.
That's all right. AI takeover, baby.
Well, I'm gonna try to keep it brief. I'm gonna keep to my promise. Well, I think we are finally at the final stretch here for Ready to Love Detroit, and we are seeing how the dust shakes out. I think we've seen some relationships come to an end, and we've seen their path to an end. And I think as we look back, because we have the benefit of looking back and having 2020, I think there's some questions, right, that we should be asking ourselves. Now, some questions were asked in this episode. Some questions were asked of Lauren by Vince and his brother. Some think those were good questions. Some may think they were not. But I think the most important thing is when you're asking a question in your relationship is, what is your intent? Are the questions of good faith? Are they thought-provoking questions? Are we looking to accuse something of somebody and find information to fill in a gap? So make sure when you're asking questions, your questions are of good faith. And more often, you'll get good faith answers. And if you don't get the answers you want, ask more clarifying questions. But be intentional with your questions. Be intentional with your actions. Last week, we said intentionality is when your words match your actions, right? So when you're evaluating someone in a relationship, ensure that their words are in alignment with their actions. And when those things don't align, the person isn't being intentional, right? So those are telling you all that you need to know. Now, can you ask questions? Can you dig deeper to find out? But more often than not, the thing that you may be avoiding is right in front of your face. Bello and Dom, Bello also showed us that ignoring red flags can be fatal, right? When you see how people react and relate in scenarios, even though it's not always directed at you, that same energy will come towards you at some point. So be cautious of what you co-sign because you don't think it applies to you, because down the road, it will come to you. Ashley and Darius. Ashley, our good sis, we love you, we support you, but you were doing so well until, like our good sister Kalani said, you folded, right? You was right quick to tell him to come pick up his clothes, but then you folded, sis. You can't fold. Right? When you get to a point and you realize that your boundaries have been crossed, more often than not, that is your instinct telling you that the scenario is a do not pass go. When we fold, we fold and we bend and we break. So please try not to fold in your relationships. Stand forward, keep your boundaries intact, but also be open and flexible. Back to you, Kojo.
Thank you very much, Sean. I appreciate you, as always, preaching good. And so I appreciate you for the benediction as well. Please, audience members, it's my time to go. And I always appreciate you guys who turned up. We had, 545 people or whatever come through. So thank you for watching as well. We appreciate you. People ask me why it was a Sunday. It's because Saturday I was at my friend's engagement. Looks like all my friends are getting married, so I'm gonna be the last one out of them. You know what I mean? But it was changed to Sunday. I may be a little bit awkward in terms of the releases in the next few weeks. I'm in Bali, I'm in Athens, I'm in Marrakesh over the next 2-3 months. So I'm gonna be kind of all over the place for people's kind of engagements and stuff like that. So if the releases are not so releasing, that's probably the reason why as well. But of course, I'll still be coaching. For those of you who are coaching, it's good to have you on board. I want to let some of you guys know the price went up again. Okay, we kept it for a whole year. You know what I'm saying to you? I've discounted it again. It's still discounted. It's just gone up. Okay, I'm actually undercharging in the coaching department. I've kept slowly increasing it as we've gone on. Okay, so if you do want coaching, of course, as some of you have, you've kept on doing the discovery calls and all that kind of stuff. By all means, love to see you guys come through. I won't be taking any more new clients until April. Need a bit of a break, recharge myself as well. But if you do want some attachment stuff, because I know you guys were asking, you can join the membership, which is $8.99. That one has attachment stuff. I'm going to start putting videos. I put one up, so that will coming out tomorrow around Cam Newton's one. So that'll be a direct attachment video for you guys. So I will start releasing videos on there as well. If you miss our TikTok lives on a Monday, then go on to Patreon, sign up to the Patreon. All the lives that I do, they're up there already. There's like 4 or 5 already up there already. We talk about attachment styles every week. So for the next 52 weeks or so, or how many weeks I'm going to be doing it, you'll see all the lives that are going to be on the Patreon. So if you want attachment stuff, attachment styles, any of those kind of videos, I talk on a Monday for like 2-3 hours. Go on to the Patreon and sign up there. It's not free. But go to the Patreon, get yourself signed up, get yourself locked in with the content that's over there on the Patreon as well, around attachment style specifically on there as well. I appreciate you guys who always follow and join in with us as well. But yeah, time is up, but I know I have two other people who do some great content. So El Cid, let them know how they can find you, what you're doing at the moment, and how they can support you as well.
I am Elcid932 on YouTube, and you can find me covering Love is Blind internationally as well as US. I'm also covering Married at First Sight Australia once it starts. That is a very good time if you like, people wilding out. So I cover most of those dating shows. I also have two shows original. That is El Cid Unsolicited Advice, where we give advice to the internet people who ask for advice, and also Unscripted on Fridays, where we do a year in music and we have parties. But what I'm now branching out into is hosting watch parties. So tonight I watched One Love, the Bob Marley biopic, with my folks on Teleparty, and that's how we do a watch party. And tomorrow we're doing the Ladies of Soul, for the ladies who are the singers and songstresses that we don't think get enough flowers out in the industry. So we're having a Ladies of Soul Teleparty. It's where you just download Teleparty and I send everybody the link and you just join the party. And that is how we're able to avoid any copyright infringement, because everybody has to have their own access to YouTube or Netflix. So that's why you just join in and we watch it together. It's really a good time. But I have Messy Member Mondays as well. And that's where my members get wild. But don't listen to the deacon if he tells you anything different.
Definitely hear that. You definitely want deacons for your party. Yes, Seaway.
Yep. I actually have something new. I have a new podcast that dropped. Can you hear me? Oh yeah, I have a new podcast that dropped. It's called The Women's Cut, so you can check that out everywhere. The Women's Cut. It's sports and kind of pop culture. It's all sports too, so we talk about kind of everything. And then of course you can find me on all platforms at it's Seaways World Esquire. It's Seaways World Esquire. So make sure you check me out.
Well, guys, I appreciate. Sean, you got something too?
Yeah, I had to put my church finger up. Yes, I do. It isn't social media related, but I do. I recently started a financial planning business. So for anyone looking for any advice around any and all aspects of financial planning, retirement, insurance, estate planning, trust, you name it, I can assist you with that. So reach out to me on Instagram and we can migrate on over to Zoom. I can help across all states in the United States. So please reach out to me if you are interested in any aspect of financial planning, budgeting. I'm here to help and assist with my team.
Oh, bro, that's powerful.
Reach out, guys.
Definitely message me, bro. We'll definitely do a live and get some more exposure on that if you're doing some great work like that as well in terms of helping the people. Listen, we want our Black people to be successful. So definitely we'll do a live so we can expose that more in terms of what you do and how that can help the people here as well. That's what we're all here. We're building that community so people can be blessed. So okay, I appreciate that. Thank you very much, Sean. Fantastic. Listen, audience members, it's our time is up. Thank you for everybody who also supported by offering super chats and stuff like that as well. I know you love the AI clips like I do. I know you love the AI music like I do. You know what I'm saying to you? In a world full of AI, my people, them. Yeah. I was going to say something and then my throat choked up. But in a world full of AI, listen, guys, make sure you hold on to reality. Okay? All right? The only way is Jesus. But sometimes we have to be funny and joke around. And sometimes the only way is Seaway as well. Just playing with y'all. But anyway, listen, my time is up. My audience members' time is up. We appreciate the conversation we've had. And we're going to see you again next week for another enthralling session as well. I know one people have actually asked me. I know Katie asked me about the Drewski video. I haven't dropped one because I didn't think it was necessary, but I honestly thought Drewski was being funny, and I can't lie to you, I laughed. I'm sorry. Okay, so if anybody was offended, I hear it, but I find it quite funny. Maybe I'll drop a video. We'll see how it goes, but I don't know about it, but we'll see how it goes. All right, cool. My time is up. I gotta go. We appreciate y'all. Thank you very much.
You gotta go, and I don't care where you go, but it just can't be here.